clap for safety. Hey, look at that. That's pretty safe.
Safety.
Okay.
First.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first, I guess, technically first episode of the Snark Tank Podcast, I suppose.
We're podcasting.
We had an inaugural episode with Zachary Pebbles, Psychic Pebbles, animator. You all know him very well.
He makes those weird videos.
That was episode 0, though, because that's how much I value Zach. So we're on episode 1 now.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding around. We all kid around these parts.
What
So
parts?
we're here with shut up.
Hey, why you gotta be like
Let me
that?
finish.
Hey.
We're here with Derek Blackman.
Ooh, man.
Are you still going by that name?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
the black man?
I just don't want. You don't you think it's weird when people search your name and shit? Like I don't have anything weird like on my real name, but it's just still weird for people to be searching my name. So it's like, here's my show name, here's my stage name. So if you search Derek Blackman, you'll find YouTube stuff.
I thought genuinely for a little while that it was actually.
I really thought
and I
that was
like,
his name, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not his name." I sound like a bigot.
I felt like an idiot because I was like, of course that's not his name. When you really like look at it for more than 10 seconds, I was like, he has no reason to lie.
Exactly.
I mean, so people were confused because Blackman's a real last name.
That's why.
Yeah, that's what
And
that's what
then-
I'm saying.
And then people are like, "Oh, did you get your channel name from your last name? Like, oh, you're a black man, and then some black guy or something." And it's like, no, I just there's a wrestler named Steve Blackman, and I just took his last name.
You
And
just
that's
stole
not
his.
it. That's
So
it.
you plagiarized him.
stole.
So you
You
plagiarized.
stole a person's name.
I literally stole it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Tom
Some
Sweeney.
black guy stole something.
Oh,
Oh
Which is-
shit! That,
Uh-oh.
Isn't that messed up?
you
So
need to
we're
go
going
back.
there
You need
already.
to step back now.
we're going there already.
We've done so much damage to the progress we've been making over the years.
What progress?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, regression. We're all falling. I think the Mayans were right.
I think they're.
I think the
wrong.
world ended.
if
in
they were
2012.
right, they would still be fucking around, and they're not.
Well,
No,
I
so-
mean, maybe they didn't want to fuck around.
I mean,
Maybe they were like, we don't want to deal with that.
so they killed themselves off. So they threw the babies and adults off the cliff.
I don't think that's a Mayan thing, is it?
I thought they all just like threw babies off the cliffs to sun gods or some shit like that.
Something, or is that Mayan or Aztec? I don't know
they're
the
they're
I
all-
honestly don't know the difference.
They're all backwater fucking lunatics.
Is that racist?
I mean,
Is it?
slightly.
Is
I don't know. I
I
guess
think the
everything
Mayans
is.
are older.
Slightly.
And like, I think the Mayans are like the older fucks that no one cares about, and then there's the Aztecs that were like the Mexican Spartans, I think. And then they would.
The Mexican
I
Spartans.
thought Mexicans
Yeah.
were Incans.
Jesus
Dude, I
Christ.
don't fucking
Welcome
get
to
it.
the
I don't
Snark Tank. Welcome to the Snark Tank. This is a shoot the shit kind of podcast. We got some hot takes that we're going to be looking at later.
Spicy.
Thank you for that much needed interjection. We have some hot takes that the audience sent in. I haven't looked at them yet. They're probably all really awful.
I love the hot
but
takes.
we'll check them out later. For now, we're just kind of shooting the shit. I guess we should kind of talk about the thing that I guess everybody's talking about, which is this fucking Shane Dawson documentary thing.
Yeah.
Have you been watching it, Sween?
I've watched it. I've watched it with
You
my
watched the whole
girlfriend.
thing?
Not all of it. I watched the episode with when they went and met Jake. I watched the first episode and some of the second episode.
That second one was awful.
It was.
It was a bad one.
It was terrible. I didn't finish it.
I didn't like it
No,
because of the fact.
I skimmed.
I mean, I like Shane Dawson. You know, he's a sweet. He seems like a sweet dude.
I don't have a problem with Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
But I feel like that whole. I don't know. I feel like he shouldn't be doing that because he's not a psychologist. I feel like this is not where he should be at. He shouldn't be in this. He shouldn't be in these woods right now.
Yeah, it's
not even just
It's like a cat being at a dog park. Like, this isn't where you belong, buddy. You gotta go back where you belong, kid. It's murky here, fool.
I mean, look, it's not even just that. I think to me, it was pretty obvious that Jake Paul, even from the videos I've made of him, it was pretty obvious that he's not a sociopath.
yeah.
I think this was just, I mean, the first thing is, what is this, an 8-part series? I don't need 8 hours of fucking Jake Paul, like, to know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Usually there's like a documentary, and maybe it's 2 hours at best.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that'll cover somebody's life thoroughly.
Thorough.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, that's sweet money. You're getting 10 million fucking views per video. I understand why you're doing it. You might even want to stretch it to fucking 20.
Oh no, exactly. Like I don't begrudge him for making like my
He's
thing is
making
like
decent cash.
well,
off
I see
that.
8 parts and I see like okay, well this is very obviously trying to stretch this out because it's very profitable. and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I totally understand it. If I was in that position, you'd be seeing a 50-part documentary series on Jake Paul. what there'd be one episode dedicated entirely to his foot. What? Oh man, how many scabs does this foot have? Where did Jake Paul get this foot scab? Whoa. And then it'll be edited like, whoa, he's telling like a story, and then it cuts to like 9/11 footage with like a dramatic swell. Because that's basically what the documentary is. Just like, it's footage of Shane Dawson hanging out with Jake Paul, and then it just quick cuts to horrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Episode 2 was especially like that. I was like, oh my God.
Hey Jake, where did you go to school? Ohio. He turns to the camera, and then like it cuts to like a pig being splayed open by ISIS.
or like them pushing somebody off a roof and then someone else not catching them.
Well,
Yeah.
it's usually like pretty relevant. If you're talking about school, it's probably gonna cut to like a shooting. Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Like Captain Columbine showing up with all his gadgets and gizmos. He's just
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gat, bitch.
That was
Yeah.
was that like a Gatling gun?
No, like
pun?
Gat, like you know they use gat.
Like a gat.
like a gat.
Like a gat, right.
Brat.
Goes the
Right.
gat in your back.
I give that like maybe like a 4 out of 10. That one.
Yeah.
That wasn't my best. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
the best one.
I'm sorry, man.
But yeah, I'm exaggerating. It doesn't literally cut to like ISIS.
I hope not.
But it.
I actually would have respected him more.
I
I
would've-
would have loved that.
That would have been real hardcore. He would have definitely got a female to be like, "Yo, dude, you're the realest out there. Keep doing what you're
Oh
fucking
yeah.
doing."
No, just imagine, wouldn't you keep watching? Like, oh, what is he gonna do next?
like it just gets more and more gruesome.
It has to.
At the end is like a firing range full of children. It's like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, the end
it.
the end is an actual video of him dying, of Shane dying. Like, and it cuts to it somehow. He edited his own. It's actually real footage.
Okay.
He is dead. Shane Dawson is dead. Breaking news.
I'd be like, whoa.
Rest in peace, Shane.
I'd be like, whoa, dude, you were like, he's like a
Shane's
really
gonna
nice
think we, like,
guy.
I feel like Shane's gonna be like, these people really hate me.
Fuck
I
no.
don't hate you.
We
at all,
don't
Shane
hate
Dawson.
Shane. I actually like Shane a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't like him back in the day when he was making like weird sketches that I just didn't really care for all that much.
I've been watching Shane Dawson since before he admitted he was gay.
Really?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
a
I think
long
so too.
time. Like a long time.
I did a video where like I think I kind of jokingly cut his book in half with the 1,000-degree knife and ate it.
Oh my God. I
Do you
remember you
remember
doing that shit.
Yeah,
Dude.
I forgot about that. So he
Oh.
probably.
No.
I don't think it's.
You
why
know
he
what's
doesn't follow
fucking
me.
crazy? Things can get so hot that on contact they set things on fire. That shit blows my mind.
That's how heat works.
But it's still insane. It's still
I mean,
like,
I guess
whoa.
if you're like a caterpillar, it's probably gonna blow your fucking mind.
I mean, this is fire's hot, bro. Like real hot. And it makes
That's a hot take if I've ever heard one.
fire's
the
hot,
hottest
and
of
it makes
takes.
other things make hot.
Breaking news
things.
from Sweeney: fire is hot, yo.
Bro, fire's hot, dude.
What? No way.
I don't know. This whole thing, though, I think I thought it can't. So somebody was explaining this to me. There's an episode in this documentary series where Jake, don't you dare lick the mic.
I'm not licking it.
Oh my god.
There's an episode in this series where Shane brings the therapist to Jake Paul's house
Yeah.
and has her observe him without his knowledge. I'm pretty sure, like, I might be wrong here.
I don't think that's
and
allowed.
and correct me if I am, but I'm almost certain that you could lose your license for doing that.
Well, I'm pretty.
I think that's actually genuinely like not a thing you can do.
Well, I think most therapists would observe people when they're natural. Because like if you know they're there, they might try to act differently.
Well, yeah, like
but
obviously.
I think at that moment it might be like trespassing or some shit. Like if she's like on his property, looking around at him in the shadows.
I
You know,
think
like that's not okay.
I
That's
think
not
I
okay.
heard that as long as she's not diagnosing him or something, it's fine.
I don't
But I
understand
still
the
think
psych
it's like
laws.
weird.
It's very weird, and I mean, there's a possibility of when Shane first started this docuseries, there was like a preview of what was happening, and at the very end of it, he's whoever the camera guy is was like, "Oh, are you worried about this or something?" And he said like, "Well, yeah, I'm worried that Jake Paul has no idea what he's getting into." That was 100% bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jake Paul knows everything, and I feel like possibly that he probably even knows about this shit too.
Do you think you knew about the therapist?
I think it's a work. I really, because it
think they're
seems
trying to pull
it
one
seems
over our
so,
eyes.
It seems so like, I don't know, man. That's a really fucking shady thing to do. And I feel like,
Yeah.
hey, for entertainment value, and I was also questioning too, because I saw that episode. I think it's like 2 of them where they're at his house or whatever. Because I was like, I want to see the fucking Team 10 house, and then to be honest, I was like, God damn, how the fuck do I join, man? Like,
Yeah.
they showed like a huge house and a chef. That was kind of what got me.
The chef?
Is having a fucking chef, dude.
Having a chef would be the best. I would have a chef in this apartment.
Imagine having a chef, dude. That'd be wild.
In this apartment? Yeah. Just in my small apartment. I'd have a man chained to the ceiling of the kitchen, ready to cook at a moment's notice.
We just lower him. We never let him out the tank. We just lower him down.
It's like Frankenstein. Where he's lowering him down from the top of the room.
Now cook for me, so I can spend you again.
It's like Mission Impossible.
I like it. He's hovering the whole time, but he's still fucking cooking.
No, we suspend him down and he can walk around the kitchen. But if he moves too far, he gets zapped.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's like that. It's like the end of Breaking Bad. With Jesse like tied to the thing and he can't move.
R.I.P. Jesse. You didn't deserve that.
He didn't die, idiot.
I mean, he might as well.
Also,
died.
spoilers, but also not because shit, I spoiled it. He doesn't die.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Is this spoiler alert to tell somebody that somebody doesn't die?
Breaking Bad's been out for like 6 years. If
It's
you haven't
also a
watched
great
it yet,
show.
It's your fault.
I suppose.
Yeah,
I can
like
get,
at this,
get behind
there's
it.
like a cap, right? Usually I think
2 years is for me.
2. I was gonna say with probably even less than a year. I want to say
Like if you're a personal friend of mine,
12
2
minutes.
years. 12 minutes. If you haven't finished the series upon it ending,
If you haven't finished this 40-hour series in 12 minutes,
you got to do
sorry.
your best.
read a synopsis quick.
You got to do your best to just stay away from spoilers, and it's damn near impossible with fucking anything.
I don't mind it being spoiled as long as they don't explain to me in explicit detail how everything happens. Like
you spoil
that.
things for yourself. You're an idiot.
Oh yeah, because I can't wait.
You like walk
I don't
into...
understand people like that.
It's
man.
insane to me. Like I was playing Spider-Man and I got it like before him, right?
Yeah.
And I was playing it and he walked in and he was just like stared at like the story. And it's like you're gonna go through this in. I'm only a couple minutes ahead of you.
I just stared and I absorbed and I was like, oh wow, look, this game looks amazing.
Wow, I can't wait till that. Wow, I can't wait till that happens to me.
Yeah.
It's like just fucking wait.
Yeah, my friend literally came at 11:30 last night just to borrow Spider-Man, but he's already watched all of the cutscenes, and I'm just like, well, why do I mean?
I feel like I wouldn't have much drive to finish the game.
Yeah, why
if
would
I
you?
saw the whole.
I watch cutscenes when I'm not gonna play the fucking game.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Like
that's what I did with fucking Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm not gonna play that fucking long ass cutscene. They're like an hour and a half cutscene.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Cutscene.
I've literally gotten popcorn just to watch like Metal Gear Solid cutscenes, just to like not play the game again. But I was like, I just want to watch cutscenes because they're so entertaining.
Have you ever seen?
What?
Have you ever seen those videos? Do you know who Darkside Phil is?
I know the name. I'm not
DSP Gaming.
What?
Oh yeah. I know DSP. Okay, I know exactly who DSP. Yeah.
He has these great. He doesn't have them. Other people have compiled these compilations, and it's called "This Is How You Don't Play," and it's just him not understanding how to play a game, interspersed with like some of the comments from those videos being placed on screen. Like, this guy can't even figure this shit out. And it's some of the most entertaining shit I've seen on YouTube. Just. You should see it. Everybody watching this, or I guess listening to this because there's no video, should absolutely look that up. This is how you don't play Metal Gear Solid 5 or Metal Gear Solid any of them.
I love watching people that are bad at video games play video games. It's like
it's fun.
It's like, whoa, your synapses are they're not there.
There's pretty much like there's only two ways that you can watch people play video games. It's if they're really bad or if they're
really
like
great.
incredible, like to a degree where it's like unsettling. I can't watch somebody who's okay at a video
Incredible
game.
gamers are impressive though, because it's just like I want to just look at their hands when they play games. That's all I want. I just want to see your hands motion. It's just like fuck. Like watching a pro Smash player move their hands, it's like you hear so much noise from the controller. Like if you just muted the game and you listen to the controller, it would sound like somebody's playing like a fucking symphony on a fucking guitar or something beautiful. It's just this motion.
I don't know if it's beautiful. It sounds more like to me like a bunch of like horrifying clicking degenerates.
You know, man. Then we define beauty differently. Then you know,
it's very forward thinking. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as they say.
I'm beholding a gun to your neck.
What the fuck? What have you been up to, man? I feel like we said everything we needed to about Shane. I don't know. Like, what is there anything that we need to say about Shane?
Not really.
The series isn't over yet.
Yeah, it's
so
a little more, which I don't understand why. But hey, continue.
Yeah, the editing's a bit dramatic.
That was the funniest thing to me, seeing his reactions. But in Shane's defense, that's literally him.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you look at him in other videos, he just does that he's flamboyant as fuck. Like he's very, very like something happens. He could literally just stub his toe and it would look like he fucking got shot in the fucking face. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the biggest reaction ever. And that's just him. So I'm not just trying to say he's doing it just to spice shit up. I think he's literally just, it would be kind of annoying being in the room with him. You might even touch him. You might just be like, just because he fucking freaked out, like, oh, something different just happened.
I respect the amount of content that he's putting out, and that it does seem like there's a lot of effort behind it.
Yeah,
he did manage to get into the Team 10 house, which is like something that I wouldn't have. I don't really think anybody else could have done that, really, because I feel like everybody else on YouTube as a platform is pretty inflammatory towards the Pauls.
Yeah.
I feel like Nerd City wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
iDubbbz wouldn't have been able to do that.
Oh my god! If iDubbbz went to their house, he would just have so many backhanded insults.
Yeah, like
just so many. You'd be like, dude, chill.
Like, but what I'm saying is like Shane's like kind of, people know him as kind of being relatively kind of.
He's not
fair. He doesn't seem like
he doesn't pick favorites or choose favorites. He's just genuinely
he doesn't have any like vendettas that we know of.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, he was really the only person who could have done this.
Yeah,
and it's coming out pretty good, except for that horrendous second episode where it was just 40 minutes of a therapy session, basically.
Yeah, that was fucking.
Just figuring out what it is when you can just Google what it is.
Yeah, I want to make a video with like, so it's like, are you a person? Yes. And then it's just like, that's it. It's basically if you boil down the documentary, it's like, is Jake Paul a human being? The answer is yes. There you go.
The idea of they made it like horror-ish, like, oh, sociopaths or something to be.
Yeah, well, Shane does the conspiracy theory.
Well, sociopaths are scary. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, yeah.
The scary ones are. You know what I mean?
I think in general that it's kind of fucking creepy.
I don't.
Not having empathy, that shit's wild.
That's not necessarily. Well, the thing to me is, it's like, I'm almost certain that every person who is remotely successful at anything that they do is probably sociopathic in some way.
I think to be at the
top, to be at the top of YouTube, or to be a titan of industry, or to like be Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or the president of the United States. This is Trump. This is Obama. This is literally all of them. I think you have to be a sociopath. You have to be insane.
To a certain extent.
To a degree.
I think you have to have some sort of personality disorder in which you feel like you need to get more power. You have to have a lust, an urge for like being able to be the highest point of anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't believe you're a sociopath.
I think you're a fucking sociopath.
That's a difference.
No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
If I'm not mistaken, that means you don't have empathy, right? That means you can't.
That's a part of it. Yeah.
It means you can't display empathy. Like when something would happen to you, it's only for you to get stronger. More power.
To get to, what is this, an anime?
I mean, hey, it's any RPG you want to think of, but
listen, I don't know. I think the whole sociopathy thing is, to me, it just seems like if you, the presidency is a pretty good example. To think as a human being
that you should control,
that you are responsible, to believe yourself to be responsible enough to wield the power of the strongest country on the face of the earth, the only planet that we know as home.
Yeah,
I think you have to have a degree of like narcissism or some kind of. You have to be insane to believe that you can handle that responsibility. People who seek that job out, I don't understand.
That just sounds hilarious to me. It's like what? Because when you break it, when you say it like, when you think of a president, like, yeah, you're gonna lead the country, but then when you say it like that, what actually is just like, fuck.
People freak out.
That's a lot.
People freak out over literally every single thing the president does, all the time.
Oh yeah.
For the last for as long as TV has existed.
As long as there's been a president, for the most people have been like, it's not a good idea.
Exactly. You remember when I think Obama came out in like a tan suit or something? I remember him coming out in like a weird suit.
And everybody's like,
what a travesty to the White House. It's not a very presidential look. I'm like, what is going on?
He's just wearing different clothes.
Shit. He's just wearing shit.
He probably has so much fucking clothes. It's in his fucking Alexander Wang, fucking Versace just in his closet, and he can't wear any of it. And one day he's like, I'm going to use one of these.
No,
I have these. Let me put it on.
Can you imagine Obama in like a disco getup? You can't even imagine it.
I actually can.
With the
no,
fro.
I literally can.
Of course.
Because,
he's a black person.
Old pictures of him with the fucking fro smoking weed. Like, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And then people, that becomes a headline that, oh, he used to do this. Oh, how crazy is it that he does March Madness and he drinks beer? I'm like, he's a fucking person.
He's not a synth. He's not a synth. He's not Vision. He can have a personality.
Right. But but I think you pick any incredibly successful person. I feel like Steve Jobs in particular, I think is a pretty good case.
Oh yeah.
Because he everybody who worked under him really hated him. And you could tell that he didn't really care that much for the people working on it so much as he just wanted to do something incredible, and he wanted to be the person behind making an incredible thing and being I want to give this awesome thing to the world, and I want to be the mind. I want to put this into the world. I don't give a shit. Whatever. The people working, I don't give a shit. Whatever. That's what I got from it. You know what I mean? I'm sure he cares about people, He's not he's not an android. He's an apple.
I mean, he probably cares about his family.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I know he's got friends.
There's
I'm sure.
the inner circle, and then other people. I think that's, but I kind of think that's people in general. But there is you said the sociopathy of getting to the absolute top and climbing it and stepping on other people's heels and paying people minimum wage to do fucking hard labor.
That's you'll do this for me and I'll pay you, but not a lot.
Your desire for power and influence has to supersede your care for other people. Yeah, because it almost has to.
It has to
work to actually get to that point.
Be able to progress far in ways, you have to step on people.
Yeah,
to get higher and higher, which is insane. Just fuck that just sucks.
That's the way it is.
But even in very basic things, if I want to be a nurse, obviously, and in the nursing program, people gotta fail, and I gotta be really okay at a bunch of people applying for that shit and it's not getting it.
Yeah,
and that sucks. It's shit. I wish people could do it too. But fuck you. I want to be able to provide for myself in the future. Yeah.
No,
but fuck you.
And that translates to what you were saying earlier about entertainers and all these people. Even when it comes to YouTube, there's certain people where I've gotten now. There's certain people that we're coming up with right in the YouTube world. A lot of us had very similar subscriber counts and stuff, and then certain people took off and other people didn't. And then there's certain I don't really I'm hey, how's it going? But I don't really give a shit anymore. I'm kind of and it's not I don't give a shit about them as people, but as far as say my career advancing, you kind of want to be around successful people because that's how you keep pushing yourself.
That's how you get further.
Well, they also motivate you. Being around being around people who are just not doing anything is the most demotivating thing ever.
It really is.
What the fuck am I doing?
When I see certain people that within a year maybe they haven't even hit a certain threshold that's that's not really anything that they would celebrate or something like that, or maybe it's not a career yet or something. It's oh damn, well, good luck. I hope things work out for you eventually, but I want to start drawing. It's kind of say what I mentioned Joe Rogan and The Rock. They're such huge inspirations because the Joe Rogan does so much shit, and The Rock obviously fucking does everything, and he's the biggest star on the planet. And so I look at that shit, and I can only imagine being in the presence of him. It would make me want to work infinitely harder, just to try to keep up. Even though I know I'm not going to keep up with that fucking guy, but I'm going to try just being around him. Yeah. And so it's one of those things that then you leave other people behind in the dust. You're yeah, fuck you. Get out of here.
I feel like I'm a reluctant sociopath. I feel like I almost want to be hey, man, I really want that. I want a mansion. You know what I mean? I'm going to step on everybody. But then I'm also I feel pretty good where I'm at. I think I'm okay.
It's not hurting
me
being here.
It's not hurting me not having a mansion. But then sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I want my high rise. and they'll go back to sleep. And they'll have sleep paralysis, and they'll see that demon.
You wake up out of your sleep and demand to have a mansion and pass right back out.
It's being motivated is kind of a psychotic thing. It's weird. When you have if you have an idea, right? And you want to get out and oh man, I really want to do this. That's that supersedes literally everything. At that moment, if my parents are calling me, I'm not answering that phone. I'm sorry, I have to do this because the way I work is very kind of burst oriented. I kind of have an idea and I have to get to it immediately. Otherwise, the moment's gone. I'm out of the zone. It's fucked.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a tunnel vision thing.
For me, it's more it's more fizzled out where I can get to it, but I know at a certain point I feel what you feel. It's not as a short of a burst, but I do eventually tell me I just don't want to.
I wish I could be like these people who are really consistent. You know what I mean? Who just constantly working. I can't figure it out.
Yeah,
I can't figure out how to get there.
How people do that.
Those people. I feel there's a lot of people that have a team behind them. They have people to support them.
PewDiePie has editors and stuff.
Yeah, man, it's hard. I wish I could come out with stuff a lot more. I have ideas. I have a board like you, and it's full of shit. But the thing is, I can film like almost everything within that week. I'm not gonna fucking edit all of it. That's so much editing. Dude, an editing session for me, for like my basic videos, when I do something, if I'm putting like TLC into it, it's gonna take 6 to 8 hours. That's a fucking work day. So that's one video. And I know it's way longer for somebody that puts more work for like you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it takes a while.
Yeah. So so how the fuck are you supposed to like put shit out all the time just by yourself? Answer emails. You gotta fucking try to keep up with social media and see what the hell is going on. Your brain never shuts off because you're always thinking about stuff, or you're thinking about how you're not putting out enough shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Your brain never shuts off, and that's one of the craziest things about being in this position, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why a lot of people who are kind of considered sociopathic can thrive in this environment, because they don't have as much emotions to affect them. They're just kind of like cutthroat and doing it. But going back to Jake Paul, he, especially with this documentary, he's still a fucking child. His girlfriend, I don't know her name, the one with the big ass cheeks.
Erica?
Who looks like, she has like the Erica Costell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like she has fucking nuts in her cheek or something, or she's like fucking Marlon Brando, like stuffing the cotton and shit. So I'm like, what's going on with her fucking cheeks, dude?
I think she's cute.
I mean, she's cute, but she also looks like she
has
got stung by like 40 bees.
She has interesting features.
Yeah,
she looks peculiar.
I
Not peculiar, like she looks
peculiar.
Unique.
Peculiar is almost worse.
Unique.
Peculiar is almost worse.
Hey, you don't want to tell a girl you look.
No. If somebody came up to you, if your girlfriend came up to you, it's like, Kingston, you look peculiar. You'd be like, what?
What do you mean by
that?
What
does that mean?
What does that mean?
It's almost worse than like strange or bad. You know what I mean?
No, peculiar means like you haven't seen this.
Yeah, like
what
I
is
can't.
that?
I can't figure it out.
Yeah, like what are you?
what is that?
Yeah, but on appearance, is it me or does Jake Paul look insanely retarded? Like I like
he has like he has like dead-eyed expressions and his mouth hangs open sometimes.
Yeah,
he has he just looks blank.
No, you know what it is? He's super guarded. I think he feels a lot of things, and then he locks up, and he doesn't want to because he doesn't want to show it. I think that's what's happening.
People are gonna instantly slander him.
Well, no, because his fucking brother would just slander him. His brother fucking slept with his ex.
Logan's
that's
a piece
fucked
of
up.
shit. Like
that's
real. Actually fucked up.
That's real. I thought it was a joke, and I thought it was like a
I thought it was
thing,
fake too.
And then I realized that he actually did that, and I was like, "That's your big brother is your protector.
Yeah,
that's what your big brother does. They fucking protect you.
It's fucked up.
And then he fucked his girlfriend.
Yeah,
it's
really fucked up. Like I honestly like I think I said this on Twitter a while ago, so you can go back and I've been consistent about this. I've always said that Logan is far worse.
Oh no,
Logan's like far even before the Suicide Forest thing.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's like way worse than Jake Paul.
Everyone believes. I think Jake Paul is just more like kind of he's a kid, so he's more like annoying like a kid.
He's just caught up in it. I think he's just trying. He does strike me as somebody who's just like
young.
He's
a young mentality. He's still a kid. I mean, like
doesn't mean he's not doing anything wrong. He's doing a lot of shit wrong.
Yeah, that's true. But like the idea of that, like Logan is he's older. You should know right from wrong, much more so than your kid brother. Plus, you're his role model.
Well, how old is Jake? He's like 22.
He's like
21?
22, 21,
He's
22.
old enough. He's
definitely old enough, but it's just like, all right.
He's old enough with an older brother like that.
Look at how
that's true. Yeah.
and their fucking dad.
I heard their dad wasn't that
good.
Dude,
Greg is like when we talk about piece of shit, like that guy is even Erica and even Jake.
Everybody in that house. Everybody in the house
talking shit about fucking the dad. Like, oh, Greg Paul is a cock smoking piece of shit, and he fucks young girls. And now not talking about he like underage because there was like allegations, but just. There was a video that leaked, and I'm like, okay, that girl, if she's not underage, she's definitely like, she's barely legal, and like
just hitting a marker.
That shit was wild. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see it. I heard about it.
It was uncanny.
It was wild, dude. The noises are kind of in my
seared
head.
in your brain.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's a good thing you did.
I can't do it. Sweeney over here he constantly puts on. I'll be hanging out with him in the living room, and he'll be like, "Hey, you in for a treat?" And then he'll pull up videos of people getting brutally maimed by cars and put it on our 55-inch television in the living room with the window open, with kids out in the courtyard looking in, watching.
To teach them about their fucking mortality, dude. You could always not be alive at any moment. You need to remember that. You need to be aware.
Is Sweeney a sociopath?
That's the next Shane Dawson documentary. Everybody's like, who?
He shows up here and he just walks in. Hey, I'm like, what's going on? What is going?
Dude, I'd fucking love that.
I would hate that because
sure.
Even though I don't think I am one, that would make me think I'm one.
I should make that documentary,
dude.
I'll make that documentary.
Don't do that.
Please.
10 parts.
Don't do that.
10 parts.
Do 10 parts, but like.
No, because I'm weird as shit, guys. I'm very fucking weird, and like that would just make people like, oh my god, this guy is a literal demon. Someone needs to tranquilize him.
I'm so fucking. What are you, a gamer girl in 2010? I'm so weird, guys. Like I'm such a weird.
I'm pretty
one.
fucking strange.
I'm just one of the guys,
right?
I sit up when I sleep sometimes. That's fucking.
That is
abnormal.
peculiar. That is peculiar.
I start waking up and fall asleep and don't go back to laying down. That's. Disgusting.
He does this.
That's disgusting.
This is good shit for episode 1.
No, it's not.
This is fucking really good shit.
Don't video me.
I hate to break this to you.
You videoed me a lot.
But I have a lot of footage. Do you remember when we saw fucking Cat Williams in that fucking Buffalo Wild Wings for no reason?
Buffalo Wild Wings, and I couldn't stop laughing. Also, I saw a fantastic picture of a little kid dressed as a Pennywise, and I could not hold my laughter back.
Wait, was this recent?
This is
very
recent. This is like 2 weeks ago. It was like a week and a half ago.
Friday.
We went out to get Buffalo Wild Wings really late because it was the only thing that was open.
Yeah.
And we walked in and fucking Cat Williams walks out. And the waitress is like, "Is that Cat Williams?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? Why? What is he doing at a Buffalo Wild Wings
lives in Burbank?
No, he lives in What famous people live in Burbank?
A lot.
Actually, quite a few.
It's Burbank.
Really?
Yeah.
This is like the
Burbank and Glendale.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they don't want to live directly in LA.
I guess they wouldn't want to live in LA. Yeah.
They just live on the outside.
LA sucks cock, bro. No one wants to live
Yeah,
there.
I have to drive through here to get it, and I fucking hate it.
LA
I
is
hate
terrible.
it so much.
LA is freaking. It's a bunch of fucking loony birds there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here is crazy people, but like I'm from New York, right? And New York has crazy people. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But LA has like astroplaners, like fucking people that are just in a different realm. Like these people that are just running through the fucking cosmos right now. Like they are just in a completely different wavelength.
The thing about New York though is that like there's a lot of crazy people there, but they get lost in the crowd, right? You can pass by them and they won't bother you. But out here, the streets aren't particularly that crowded.
Or big.
The roads are with cars
Yeah.
because everybody drives and there's no public transportation worth a damn.
Yep.
But like over here, you run into a homeless person. They are now, or like a crazy person. No, I shouldn't say homeless because there are homeless people who are just actually totally fine. Yeah. But like they're crazy people, right? If you run into one of those in LA, they're in your life. Like they're a part of your life.
Yeah.
Now they will talk to you. They will let you know how they feel. You know, it doesn't stop. There was this point where I was like, me, Bunty, and Lacey were in downtown LA. I was at E3, and Lacey and Bunty were, I think they were meeting somebody, and then we wanted to meet up somewhere downtown LA, and we had to cross like 3 blocks to get to the car because you parked like really far away. The first block we crossed, some crazy person asking for a cigarette, like screaming and like tearing his hair out. And I was like, okay, sorry. Don't have a cigarette. Oh. And second block, another person, you guys, spare change? He's like shaking. He's like shaking up a storm. And I'm like, okay, no, sorry. And then the third block, somebody was like, excuse me. And I didn't look at him. I just kept walking forward. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. And then I hear Bunty screaming from behind me, Chris. And I turn around. He says, it's a fan. So I ignored this fan and then I turned around and I said, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to ask me for money, which I can't imagine made that any better.
Because you just seemed like a piece of shit.
I just seemed like that was like one of those things where it's like you caught me at like the worst possible time.
It's just
I must have looked like such a dick.
Well, also in back home is the winter kills a lot of people. So I mean, it gets so cold that it takes some of the portions. That is true.
Homes,
unfortunately, like
which is fucked up.
It's horrid because like it's true.
Well, there's the subways are like shockingly warm in the
they're
winter.
always a little toasty.
Yeah.
Well, because there's so much fucking piss in there. Always keeping it nice and fucking warm over there.
All that fucking piss sorbing up all the heat.
But once you get to the when you get to the surface level, like you got that Thanos that weather that's like really taking care of people. You know, just getting them.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the West Coast? I mean, East Coast before?
Not in a long time. It's been like 2009 is the last time I was around there.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We were passing through. I didn't actually get to go because I was on a tour, and I didn't actually get to see New York. We passed through, but I did stop in Jamaica for a little while.
Oh, Queens?
Yeah. So
Right.
like it was like, whoa, that was fucking a trip to do. We got some Subway, and I was like, I couldn't stop laughing because of all the accents, man.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Jamaica Queens is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Jamaica Queens in particular has some strong accents. At least from what I can recall. I haven't been there in like a long
in
fucking
general,
time.
They're characters.
Yeah.
They're characters.
I haven't really. I kind of hated going to Queens.
I don't hate it.
It always felt like it took way longer than it needed to.
I hated Brooklyn, but I hate Brooklyn from like the 2000s. That's why I hate Brooklyn before like.
You have the weirdest. What do you?
I hated.
You
Brooklyn.
have a strange list of things you hate.
I don't like Manhattan.
I don't like Imagine Dragons or like pineapple pizza. That's really about it.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I don't like.
Those-
I don't,
very
I didn't
normal,
like Brooklyn.
very healthy.
But I'm like, I don't know. Like, Brooklyn was always like every time I went to Brooklyn, something outrageous happened.
That's
And I'm
that's
like,
New York.
What the no?
So what do you like
No.
about New York?
I love the Bronx. I like Manhattan. To a
He
certain
likes the
extent.
Bronx. I grew up. Let me tell you something. I was born in the Bronx. I grew up. I spent a hefty amount of time in the Bronx.
As was I, my friend.
I saw consistently on multiple occasions people beating up phone booths. I've seen this. Not once, not thrice, not fucking
Twice.
deck tice or whatever 10 times is. A myriad of occasions.
Okay, I grew up in the Bronx, and I definitely must have lived in a better because I lived in the West Bronx near Yankee Stadium. So I mean, even though that wasn't great, because I've seen some shit that happened which didn't make sense. Like I saw some guy literally try to pull a whole cash register out of a store and run away with it. I watched that happen, and I was just like, "Isn't that heavy? Why is he trying to do that?" They caught him and they beat him. I was just like,
They caught him and they beat him. Appropriate price.
I saw a dog just walking around, like straight up. It was like a dog that had to have been bought by somebody, and it was just walking around the street, and it was like crossing at like particularly good times. Wow. I was like, this
Like
dog,
it understood?
This dog understands.
Was it you that was telling me about the guy who stole a man's dog outside of like a bodega?
Yeah,
he just walked away with it.
He tied up a German Shepherd.
Outside, as you do.
A puppy German Shepherd.
Oh man,
like a fucking moron in the middle of fucking Grand Concourse.
This is the owner. This is the owner who tied their dog outside of the store to go in for a quick.
And I was just like, that's a German Shepherd. Oh my god, I love those dogs. And I was looking at it and I was like waving at it because as a dumbass little kid, you think dogs understand you're waving like a fucking idiot. And then this guy walked up in like a weird like lean tap, like walked up, looked at the dog, looked around like 3 times, untied the dog and left with it.
So
and I was
up.
just like,
he sold that dog.
he probably kept it and gave it to his kids.
No, what do you think? He's like a good father stealing somebody's dog.
I mean, think of it like this, Chris. If your
good
parents bought you a
aspirations.
dog when you were a little kid, that's like that whole 2 years of presents is no more. Like I got a dog now. I ain't getting you shit.
Yeah.
You ain't getting no more school clothes. Your food stipend's gonna be limited. I got you a
food
fucking dog.
stipend?
Yeah, you know, you got it.
I mean, hey, some of the scummiest people on earth turn out to be good parents. You know, it's kind of weird. Like they're just outside because it's like you care for your own, and then that's where it stops.
My pack.
That's where it
only
stops.
bring food for my pack. That's it.
It's fucking what wolves do. That's what animals do in the
Yeah,
wild.
We're animals, bro. We're just big brained ones.
You hear those fucking, the wolves in Wall Street? That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, there you go.
They fucking look out for each other and then fuck everybody else.
Yeah, we're the only
try to fuck
we're the only
everybody else,
animal that understands that we're just animals. It's fucking gross.
It's gross.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
consciousness
I bet
is
like
crazy.
dogs probably think they're really fucking superior.
Well, I think about like the animals because it was like, what about when they're doing stuff? Because obviously they have to think, right? They have to think because they do stuff. But but I was having a conversation with people like, oh, I don't think animals really think, and I'm like, well, they have to think because they do shit, right? It's like the thought comes to their head like food,
Survive. It just survive.
Food, piss, shit. Like there's that thing, right? But I was like, does it get any deeper than that at all?
I think it doesn't get much more deeper than that.
I think for mammals, I think for certain
for mammals it does.
I know elephants. I think have a large range of emotion.
Nuts, yeah.
Elephants can feel depression. Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah,
They can get really sad. So can monkeys.
A lot of things, yeah. Apes, everything. Like, there was that one...
Dogs get sad, too, actually.
They get sad as fuck.
It's like, what the fuck?
You ever seen a dog's owner die, and then they'll just be fucking depressed as shit?
The dog will just lay next to the dead body.
It's sad.
It's like, this is my person.
It's the worst.
My food man.
And fucking cats... Well, if you die in front of a cat, they'll fucking eat you.
They'll eat you like real soon.
They'll eat your face like in a moment.
Like as soon as they get hungry, as soon as they feel hunger, they'll start eating you.
Like
a dog will go look for other stuff for a while before it eats you.
Before it eats you. It's like the last thing. I'm sorry. And the cat's like, fucking literally your heart just beat its last beat. And then it just fucking
you're still like semi-conscious. All you see is this cat. All you see is this cat scraping the face matter off your skull. It's just like, oh man, what a beautiful fucking kitten.
Oh my god, I used to love that cat, and now it's trying to feed on me. Can you imagine, like, almost die, having like one of those freak incidents when you like you pass away for a few moments, and you wake up and your cat is already gnawing on your arm like violently.
Yo, you ever see
like, Snuggles, get off me.
You ever see the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It was I think it was like 2005 or 2006.
I think so. Yeah.
I think
the guy got caught and then he's put on the table. I think it was the same guy that when he was running out in the field and then he gets his fucking leg cut off and then he gets brought back into the lair and then like he's trying to hold on to the wall and his fingernails like get pulled off. And then smash cut to him later. He's on the table and all of a sudden you see his total fucking forearm is just completely exposed. And I was like, it looked pretty good for the time. I was just like, oh my god, it was like the worst thing I've ever seen in like a horror film because it was so like
it's visceral.
Yeah. And I imagined that like a cat like fucking doing that to you,
cutting you open with his claws, popping one little fucking claw, cutting off the arm, trimming the fat a little bit, and then gnawing on your inside.
He takes a scalpel out.
It cuts with your finger, and it's like, it's not going
Seeing
good.
really convincing special effects like that is really like it really is really off-putting.
Yeah,
it sticks.
Yeah, it's like those it's like like somebody can describe something to you with just like a word, or like a few words, and you just feel like you recoil like a hangnail that like peels off like forever.
I don't
know what I mean? And then you like recoil a little bit because it's like you know exactly what the
already
like fucking all over you.
It just peels you down like a fucking orange. It just unwraps.
Yeah, exactly, like an orange. It's fucked up.
That's hilarious.
Or like those like one sentence scary stories or whatever the fuck.
It hurts. Why?
That's not a scary story.
It's not a scary story.
That's a man in a hospital begging to be sent home.
Sent home to where?
I don't know. Where do people? What do you mean to home?
I thought
you meant home like the after realm, not like home.
No,
so good.
No, it was like one of those. I used to be really into those like scary shit, like horror. I was into horror for a really long time, and then instantly it like faded. I was like, oh, I don't give a shit about this.
Horror faded for me for Paranormal Activity. That made me like not.
That was pretty bad
anymore because I was just like, like that whole movie, like the whole Paranormal series, like they start doing shit to like prevent themselves from getting like, oh my god, this weird thing's happening. Let's set up cameras, and then they always halfway through stop checking the cameras. And I'm like, why? If you wake up in your house and you get thrown across the room by, nothing, maybe you should check every camera. Maybe you should get away from your house for a little bit. Yeah. Check every camera in broad daylight outside.
Yeah.
Or just start chasing. Start chasing the sun.
But then there's no movie.
I mean, yeah.
But see, like, I agree with you, though.
I don't know. The thing that frustrates me about horror movies that I think horror video games actually do a great job at remedying is the fact that like every character, like I can't be afraid if every main character is making decisions that I wouldn't make. Yeah. Like, oh, they're all making the stupidest decisions. I remember there was this one movie, I can't remember what the fuck it was called. It was some infection. I think it was like a zombie or infected thing. And this lady walks into a room and she sees a crib, right? And it's like, oh, this reminds me of my daughter that died or whatever. And she walks towards it slowly, not looking anywhere, doesn't check behind the fucking door that she just kicked open, doesn't check the corners of the room, just walks up to the crib and like, I missed my baby, and then immediately gnawed on. Like immediately, like that wouldn't happen to me. I'm not fucking retarded.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be that woman, But a horror game still fuck with me because that's every time I fuck up in a horror game, that's me. That's like my decision.
Yeah.
That got me in this fucking mess. So it's like
smart.
it's way more terrifying to me.
That's why I've been telling Chris about this a lot. This is like an idea I really have.
You've been telling this to who?
You. Because of the fact it's like
weird.
I wanted to
I'm right here.
I wanted to see a movie. No, I was trying to let the people that are going to be listening to us know about it,
Oh, good. Good job. Good idea.
Freaking slack.
I'll boil your teeth. You shut the fuck up.
That's just unnecessary. I'll stew your bones.
Oh shit!
All right, what are you saying?
So, I want to have a movie created where there's this kid that like all the friends go and they get involved in like something like, oh, we're gonna go to this haunted house. I heard there may be a demon there, blah blah. And one kid just says no out of the friend group. So the movie progresses as just through his eyes, seeing all the shit happens, and he's adamantly staying away from that friend group.
So it's just a kid who goes with a ragtag group of misfits to a haunted house.
No, he doesn't.
No. So they go up to a haunted house. They're like, let's go. And one kid's like, nah. And then he goes home. and then he just has a normal day at school. And then he gets a call the next day. All your friends are dead.
Shit happens. The friends
like,
start
oh,
acting
fuck.
weird. The friends start acting weird. 2 people just go missing. And then it's just the fallout of them going in. But it's through his eyes. And he's just like, I'm glad I didn't go there. Like, oh, mom, hey, what happened to Jim? Oh, they found him eviscerated in the old cellar building last night. Yeah, he was just ripped open.
You think that would be the first thing like somebody's good friend would say? They'd be like, "Oh man, I'm glad I'm not my best friend."
No, I think he would just be like, I wanted to adamantly not want to get involved. Like they're like, hey man, this is acting really weird. Can you come over and help me out? Nah, I can't. No.
No.
Because I remember there was one time where one of my best friend from New York, he was like, hey dude, I'm hearing weird noises downstairs in my house, bro. Like, dude, I don't know what's going on, bro. Come over, help me check this out. And I literally said, I'm sorry, dude. I love you to death, but I'm not gonna come over.
Why would you come over?
Why would you? So you can die too.
That was in upstate New York too. Coming over is not easy.
Oh no, but I lived in the development, remember? So like it was a
Oh, so you could walk?
I could have walked there. I could have very much so
walked out there at night while somebody's creeping around in this person's house. Fuck
and it
that.
was like, I'm sorry, bro. I got nothing but love for you, man. I hope you do good. And then 2 days later, I texted him and was like, yo, Brian, you still good, bro? And he was like, yeah, man, you dick. Like, it was my dad, but like, you could have just came over and helped me.
No.
Fuck that.
And that's when I realized I'm a survivor. At that moment, I realized that I was built to live through horror movies. Because I just said, no, my best friend, I damned him to death.
That's pretty good. That's
I mean,
a true
you
friendship.
have to. What is the point of both of you dying? Like, think about that. Like, what is the point? If something fucked up is actually there, what is the point? Oh, maybe you're going to have a chance to fight it off or whatever. No, if it's something really menacing, you're both going to die.
If it's something that doesn't make sense to me, I don't know how to fight it because it doesn't make sense. So from that moment on, I'm just trying to escape.
So if it's like a poltergeist or something.
I'll be like, I don't know where you are.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I'm
what
hearing
if
noise.
What if it's just a burglar with a gun? What was that? Like, it's
Simple.
still
That's
simple.
even worse.
Fucked up.
That's worse than a poltergeist.
I mean, a poltergeist is bad mentally, but a burglar with a gun is like, this is real.
It's not that bad mentally. I think I've steeled myself to any kind of mental distress. Because I've been experimenting with this, right? I don't know if you know. I don't know if I've told you this. I tweeted about it once. I've been experimenting with trying to will myself into a state of sleep paralysis.
Yeah, he's a fucking lunatic.
Because everybody that I know who's experienced sleep paralysis tells me that they see a little demon walking around or like sitting on their chest. It's like a little demon with a white face is what I've heard from most people consistently for some reason. I'm like, I'm really curious about this demon. I haven't been scared in a long time. I haven't had like all my nightmares nowadays are like real things. It's like, oh no, I'm going to disappoint my loved ones. Oh no, I'm on the street and no money. That's my nightmares. When I was a kid, my nightmares were like banshees and like spider demons, you know, like shit like that, horrifying shit. But now it's like, oh, that's just cool to me now. So I'm curious if a demon would show up for me because I'm not afraid of that kind of thing. But I've been trying to do it and I have had no luck yet.
Imagine a tax auditor comes now. I'm sorry, man. I have to take everything. That's just
just a tax guy.
Fuck.
You're being audited.
That's the
no,
worst.
I pay my taxes.
For me, I have sleep paralysis, right? I have sleep paralysis, but I've never experienced anything abnormal. I just like, oh, I'm trying to wake up and I can't.
Well, the thing is, the whole thing with it is that your body, it's the reverse of what your body does when it's asleep.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like when you're dreaming, your brain is still active, right? But your body shuts down to make sure you don't act out your dreams. It's the same thing, but you're conscious of it.
Yeah.
Like, so you're dreaming while you're awake and you can't move. Like, that's what it is. And
weird.
A lot of people see the same thing. They see this demon.
I never saw anything.
I saw one thing. I managed to do it successfully twice. The second time, I didn't see anything. The first time, I was, like, leaned over on my side. But I saw, like, a little thing, like, cringing over to my bed and singing. And I was like, but my glasses were off, so I couldn't see it. It was, like, out of focus. And I was like, oh, no, I want to see this. And then I woke up, and it disappeared. And I was so sad.
Do you think that kind of like how the Greys came about?
Oh, like the aliens?
Yeah. Do you think it's kind of one of those situations where people
so.
keep seeing the demons because somebody saw a demon and then other people are manifesting it out because they heard about a demon?
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
It's definitely psychological. So the fact that I don't see shit because I've never seen shit, and then when I heard about people seeing stuff, I was like, I've never seen that. Yeah. That's not real.
Yeah. Now everybody sees fucking aliens.
I just wake up and I'm like, oh, come on, body. Next time, listen to me when I want to wake up. And I go back to sleep.
That's weird. I don't have any problem sleeping at all. Like,
I've never had sleep paralysis?
Nothing. I don't even know how I've never even had a lucid dream. I've never anything like that.
Oh, that sucks. Lucid dreams are fun. I've only had them like a handful of times.
I want to have like the mountains of fucking pussy like on top of me. You know? Like I'll just make it as ridiculous as possible. You know?
Those are the best ones.
I had a lucid dream where I was like running away from planes crashing, and I was like rolling out the way. It was like Temple Run, but like planes were crashing near me, and it was the coolest shit ever. And I was like, wow, this is awesome.
I had a Spider-Man dream.
I woke up and I fell off my bed.
I had a Spider-Man dream recently, and it was awesome. It was so it's like what it makes me like not like the game actually. It's like it feels so much better to actually do that shit in your brain.
I can't
Do you trip in your dreams?
Yes,
I trip.
No, tripping's when the dream's over, isn't it?
No. What happens? Well, I guess, but like what happens is like sometimes I'll almost lose my balance in my dream. And like I'll psych myself out in the real world, and I'll like have I gotta catch my balance type reaction, and I'll wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? I just tripped. I just tripped while asleep.
Yeah.
What happened to me is I've done that and I felt myself move externally in the real world, and I'm like, this movement felt wrong. What's going on? And everything starts coming. It's like, oh no, my world's falling apart.
So you've never had a lucid dream? That's fascinating to me.
I've wanted to. I would love to be able to control what the hell is going on.
You've never had
like it's not
have
even
you ever
like
been aware that you were in a dream?
No, that's what I'm talking about.
So you've never done the thing where it's like you're slapping yourself or you're like pinching your cheeks to make sure you're like.
My dreams are always like I don't know. A lot of times I think it's fucking real, and I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, you know. And because sometimes the dreams are cool. Sometimes they're so disappointing. Like, okay, I just moved. My old house. My room was connected to the kitchen, which I fucking hated. It's because I can always hear people in the kitchen cooking or whatever. And then I moved to my new room, which it's fucking amazing, and it's not connected to the kitchen at all. But I dreamed that it was fucking connected to the kitchen, and I was pissed off in my dream, and I woke up pissed off. I was fucking mad, and I was like, wait. That was fucking dream. Like it just feels real. Like usually when I dream, I don't have extremely wacky dreams either. They're very mundane. When I used to work like regular jobs, I would dream about working, and then I'd want to kill myself because I would have to wake up and do exactly what I was just dreaming. That's like the fucking
Those are the
worst
fucking
thing.
worst.
That's the worst
I had a dream.
Shit.
I have pretty mundane dreams nowadays. Like every so often I'll have a nightmare. But then I'll be like, whatever.
I don't dream anymore. It's just black now.
It's just darkness. It's just darkness.
It's just black, and then sometimes I notice it's dark, and I'm like, shit, it's dark as fuck in here.
I had a dream that I woke up. I had a dream that I woke up in my bed at night, and my back really hurt. And I was like, oh man, my back really hurts. And then I woke up, and I was fine. But that was the whole fucking dream.
I definitely had like weird.
Like that was like I was just in like a perpetual state of like time warping pain because it was just like a moment. Like I was asleep. And you ever have these things where it's like. When I was a kid, I used to have this. It only happened to me twice, but like I would lie in my bed, I would blink, and it would be fucking daytime.
Yeah, that shit's scary.
I felt like I had no rest. Convinced I was abducted, because that's not normal.
Yeah, that happened to me.
One time, I literally when I was like maybe 11, I put my sheet over my head. And then moved it, and it was daytime. And I was like, this can't be possible.
That's crazy.
This cannot be.
So that shit happens to people. Yeah, because that's happened to me before, too. So I guess it happens to a lot of people, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you just lose time in a blink of an eye, like, literally, because that's happened to me, too. And
trippy, man.
What about this one? This is the one that tripped me out that a lot of people, I guess people just call it, like, kind of deja vu type of intuitive thing. But this one's the one like where it's the kind where you dream shit and it happens. And I'm not talking about a basic thing like, oh, you know, you're driving in a car and then you see this one thing and you're like, oh, I dreamed this. I'm like, well, yeah, eventually that was going to happen to you. But very like specific things. Because I'll never forget, I was probably like 10 years old or something in this private school. I dreamed that this white girl with a yellow shirt was chasing me around my classroom. And the next fucking day, this girl, Whitney Brown, and this Boys and Girls Club yellow shirt started chasing me around because she was just being all little girl, like, oh, I love you. And I'm like, get away from me. And then I was like, the fuck? I literally just dreamed this.
Is that a common thing?
Dude, I've talked to enough people to where they said they happened to them. Now I'm like, tell me some anecdotes because this happens to me a lot. And I was like, I thought I was special, but then other people were like,
I thought I was the chosen.
For me, it's like I've dreamed things where like this can't be real, or like this can't be real, and then like something close to it happens, and I'm just like, that's too close. I have precognition. I'm a deity. I need to ascend.
Well, it's not precognition.
Nah, it is.
It's not.
It is.
It's your brain fucking with you.
It's just relative moments that are similarities all coming together, and your brain assuming that you've remembered it.
It is essentially deja vu, but like which deja vu is another thing, right? It's like this goes again back to the fucking president thing. When you can be convinced that you have predicted things because your brain tricks you into thinking that.
Yeah, very true.
You think you're capable of like handling the nuclear codes? Your brain is susceptible to illusion from itself.
That's ridiculous. It's this.
Nah, man, trips me out. Like I'm not.
Well, it's
like imagine you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like convinced, like, oh shit, fucking Korea started some bullshit. I'm gonna fuck them now. You type in the launch code. You're like, wait a minute, I was asleep because I have blue pajamas on instead of green ones, and you just started a war. There you go.
I think there's a bit more checks and balances. I don't think the president could just wake up in a dream like haze.
Man, he put his head.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the president has like people outside of his door to like kill him if that happens. If there's like a signal that's like one of those sleeper agents.
Yeah.
You know. Because he wakes up and says like "dos vidunya" or whatever the fuck, whatever a Russian says.
And you're like, "Oh yes, kill."
I mean,
he blows a silent whistle, and
I must launch nuclear codes.
It actually kind of, I felt a little uneasy with what happened in Hawaii, where that guy pressed the wrong button, and then it was like, "This isn't a drill, like an ICBM's coming to fuck us up." You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? That was
crazy.
Like,
wait,
I was
what?
like, I thought that there were way more fail safes than just to press the wrong button.
Wait, what did he do?
This
you don't remember this?
This
was a few months. I think it was it like April?
It was like it was either beginning of the summer or before.
It was like spring.
Yeah.
It was like spring or winter.
Like some guy that was supposed to just do a test, right? Like when you do like test, this is the test. He pressed the wrong button where it's like this is not a test, and then it went out to everyone's cell phone in Hawaii like. An ICBM is heading on the way. You know, you're fucked. This is not a test.
Fucking CBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile.
Yeah, so a bunch of people
headed directly
thought
toward
they were gonna die, and there was a story of this guy that has a kid to
How big?
two kids.
How big is the explosion? Like big?
For an ICBM?
Yeah,
it's enough for Hawaii.
Yeah, that would have fucked Hawaii.
Hawaii's
sure.
islands. Hawaii is volcanic islands that is about to be struck by an explosive. That's not a good. Any amount of explosives on Hawaii is probably a bad amount.
Yeah, they would have been fucked. And like there's people saying that like there was a guy. He's like, what do I do? I think it was like his sons or son and daughter were about an hour apart in different directions.
You gotta choose.
And he was getting that awkward situation. Like, who the fuck do I go spend my last moments with?
I mean, I like my son more, but my daughter's gonna be more of a better person. But she's gonna die right now.
Like, yeah.
So do I go hang out with the one I like more? And what about my mom? I love my mom more than my kids. I don't know. Dang. There's checks and balances at that moment. You just gotta
just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. I was asleep. Sorry.
But I will say, maybe that guy, the guy that screwed up, maybe he's a genius and like a love guru, because I imagine after that happened, a bunch of people like reconciled their differences. I bet there was just a bunch of people coming together and banging. They did say there was a huge spike, and this is true, in Pornhub. There was a major spike after that in Hawaii.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because a bunch of people were just like, yeah, this is great. And they're all like, it's probably
like group,
exhilarating.
Like parties, like, hey guys, everybody come over.
It's all these like Uber creationist, like Christian types, like really like hardcore, and they're like, all right, well,
this is it. I don't care.
This is it. I should just yeah.
Let's finally do it.
And then they're fine. They're like, oh no.
And then exactly,
the man upstairs is gonna be so mad.
the church has like a line for confession. It's like going around the church like several times.
Like someone's in the water that's an island.
More people than are on the continent of or on the island of Hawaii.
It's like, what are you doing here, sir? I'm from
Which is
Michigan,
physically impossible, by the way.
I'm from Michigan, sir,
Clearly.
and I gotta talk about some stuff. Please listen to me.
I'm from Michigan.
Oh
Jesus
my god.
Christ. No, it is insane that like that that message went out with such little fail safes.
It's
Yeah.
insane that like, did the missile come? No, they got rid
But
of
I
it,
guess
right?
you'd want a warning to be really quick and easy to send out to people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I guess that
Did it
there
make
is
a lot
Which
of
is-
noise?
I mean, I feel like they should know.
What do you mean?
Like it was like.
What does that mean?
Like the message is like it. So was it like?
I feel like it was probably
Like
like
an
an
alert?
Amber Alert.
Like
I
Amber Alert
imagine
thing?
it was like
Yeah.
that. And which we know Amber Alerts are very easy to receive and get them multiple times, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, it's annoying, right?
Amber Alerts are insane, dude. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so but yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. This lets me know that it's probably not that secure, especially things as far as nuclear launch codes and all this shit. It might be simpler to activate than we've imagined. If sending out something like that is completely like a doomsday thing to a lot of people, is that simple to accidentally fucking do.
I've realized that anything could be messed up, and there's nothing promised because this planet is fucked as a whole. Humans are just animals, and that are just smarter. We're just smarter. We're just smarter apes. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just apes that build houses instead of climbing trees and live in them.
I think the octopus is on its way.
They got some.
There's something about those things
They're
that I
so
really
fucking
Oh, they're
smart.
they're alien. They
I
look
don't-
like aliens.
I
to
just
me.
don't trust them.
That's a theory.
They have no bones, which
Yeah.
is already a problem.
They're
Yeah.
everything about them looks disgusting to me.
They have no bones and they're intelligent, which
Yeah,
is
it's true.
already better than a person.
Yeah.
Because like, what the fuck?
The
Like,
amount of stories I've heard of the shit that they've done is
He showed
phenomenal.
me a video of an
you're
octopus
talking about them
climbing
like
a
it's
rope.
like like that cult, the Kool-Aid cult. The stories that I've heard that about the octopuses and what they have done.
The
They're-
David Koresh of octopi. Oh, it was
octopodes.
Octopodes.
Is that the plural?
It's a bunch of them.
What do you mean?
There's octopodes, octopodes.
Are you serious?
Octopi,
Why-
I'm being gay. There's like a bunch.
I just call octopi because
Yeah.
like you'll say algae, cacti, octopi. I don't-
Yeah, it makes sense.
I
Except
bet
for
there's
some
a
people,
bunch.
some people argue and say that it's cactuses and not cacti. I don't know, and I want to.
I've heard both. I've heard both. But
I
I was
heard
like,
both.
I've
I
never
think
said that.
cactuses is wrong,
It just sounds
but it
wrong.
doesn't. Yeah, it sounds.
It's like
wrong.
saying fishes. You know, like it sounds fucking
Fishes?
stupid.
I thought that was
Deers.
the right way. Deers is
Deerses.
Deerses.
Yo, I saw like I
deer?
got really unnecessarily mad earlier today because I saw some like a picture of like a cute deer and somebody was like, oh, how beautiful. But they're like, where we're from,
They're everywhere.
they're pests.
everywhere.
They're like rats.
Everywhere.
Like we hit them with you hit them with a car, and as long as you're not dead, you're pretty happy about it. You're like,
I
oh
hate-
man.
I hate when there's a bunch of them and they don't move. There's been times where I've tried. There's like a little shortcut by where like I used to live, and I would try to walk by, and there'd be like a bunch of them, and I'd be like, oh my fucking god, I wish my dog could kill you. I wish I could send my dog to fucking hunt you.
My our roommate here, Jalen.
Horrifying.
He's terrified of deer, like deeply. Actually, like he has like everybody here has like a weird fear. Like Joe's afraid of windmills.
I'm afraid of clowns.
That's
I'm
that's
I'm
relatively
really-
normal.
Nah, it's like
It's weird that you're afraid of clowns still, but
Yeah,
that's a more
as a
common thing than
full-grown
fucking
male.
windmills
But
and
what
deer.
happened is I have exposed stuff to clowns. I adamantly like I just don't want to. I don't respect them. I don't respect them as living creatures. So to me, this like these things
As
are garbage.
creatures.
So I don't want to be around them. You guys, everything about you makes me sick. Your fucking ghostly pale faces, your fucking dumbass wigs, your stupid size shoes, your fucking frilly clothes. Everything about them just makes me fucking sick. Sick. I fucking hate them. So like I just stay away from them as adamantly as possible.
Yeah.
That is fair.
It's just it's prejudice towards them. It's like real hatred. Like I want them gone. I
Okay.
want them extinguished.
All right, but
Revolt.
Jesus Christ, that was Jesus.
The passion, the burning.
That's a lot of
vigor.
passion. That's
That
more
was
passion than I've heard in years.
That was Farrakhan-esque anger.
no, like but that's a relatively common fear.
What is this windmill thing and why?
Our roommate Joe, for those of you, he's not in videos super often. He's the white one.
He's the actual white
He's
person.
the one.
He's the white guy in our
He's
in
the
our
one
videos
racist
sometimes.
guy that lives here.
Yeah, the one automatically racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's afraid of windmills. Like those, you know, the big turbine windmills, the white ones that you see in like the fields in Idaho or whatever
In
the
the
fuck.
middle.
Yeah.
in the Midwest. So, I guess how he described it was when they were driving from New York to LA, he woke up in the middle of the trip while the other guy was driving surrounded by windmills, and for some reason that terrified him, and to this day he's afraid of them. He in his words, he says they're up to something, and I don't believe he's exaggerating. I don't believe it's a bit. I don't believe it's a joke. I think he genuinely thinks there's something deeply up.
He thinks
with
that windmills are like the totems that are gonna bring the devil to the planet.
Is he possibly a fan of InfoWars?
No.
Huh.
He's very apolitical, actually. Like I can't think of a single time he's ever mentioned anything even remotely political or even cared about it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I don't even think he knows what InfoWars is. I don't think he knows who Alex Jones is.
That's
It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't know who Trump is, to be honest.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, that's
It honestly wouldn't surprise me.
Joe's a very linear human. Very
He's a linear
straightforward.
human.
Very straightforward.
I think you need to interview him about this windmill thing.
I might. We might have him on when we don't have like guests. We might just like cycle in roommates.
Yeah. What is? Because I still know you. He woke up and then there were windmills and
he must have had like I think he had like a nightmare.
I think he had a
and
nightmare.
then he woke up and like was surrounded by
just,
shit that he's never seen before, and it tripped him out and it just like scarred him. It's like
crazy.
Jalen, like our roommate Jalen. He's when we were driving across the country, we made that same exact trip, and we pulled over. This is a true story. This is a true story. We pulled over in Kansas, or like it was one of the desolate ones. I can't remember. It was like it might have been like really North Texas, up where like that little square is.
Yeah, Amarillo.
Yeah. So I think we pulled over there because I was driving for ages, and I'm gonna be real. Like my balls were hurting. Like I was like sitting down for so fucking long. And I was like, this hurt. I need to stand up.
Yeah.
I need to just stand and be okay for a little bit. So we pulled over. There's no light pollution at all out there, right? So you could see the fucking cosmos.
Yeah.
I get out. I stretch. Jalen gets out, looks up. Jalen is Black God, for those of you who don't know. That's like his thing. But he looks up at the stars, freaks the fuck out, screams, jumps back into the car. I'm fine. Let's keep going. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
It was. He's like afraid of the cosmos.
Have you ever looked up at the sky where there's nothing stopping you from just seeing everything?
It's beautiful.
It's fucking breathtaking.
It's breathtaking, but it's also like, oh my god, there's so much more out there.
He described it to me, and it kind of made sense. Where he was like, he described it to me kind of like being in the middle of the ocean, being surrounded by just this vast nothingness, which I can agree. Like, I wouldn't want to be in the middle of the ocean either. That would freak me the fuck out. But that would terrify me because I'm not supposed to be in the ocean.
Yeah.
We're on ground. Everything's fine. It's just like the sky, and it's like beautiful, and you can see all the stars that you never get to see, and it's like, it's cool. It's a really cool thing to see. But he was like freaked out. He's also terrified deeply of deer. I remember once I was. He lived. Him and Joe actually lived like pretty much like up the block from each other. It was like maybe like a 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
We were walking up from Joe's house to his house, and it was nighttime, and the spotlight outside of his house, you know, like the street light, was like shining down on his driveway, and there were like 7 deer, just like standing out in front of his house. And then they turned all of them turned in unison and looked at us, and he was like, let's just go back to Joe's. I'm gonna sleep at Joe's. He stayed there. He didn't go home because there were deer in front of his house.
Deers are weird, man.
They're gross. I don't like them
because their eyes, they have soulless eyes. So like,
yeah, they're just completely. Yeah.
When you look at them, and it's like, oh my god, is it looking at me or is it looking at like my vessel? Like, does it want to take my cage? Does it want to wear me or something like that? Is it disgusting?
They're really dead-eyed. And I don't know.
That's funny. Like, it just, being Californian, I'm so not like I'm the person that sees a deer and I think it's fucking adorable because I never see them ever.
There's coyotes out here.
I haven't seen him.
Dude, I'll
coyotes.
fucking kick a coyote in the face. Like that's, like, that's how I feel about coyotes.
Yo,
so,
I was walking. I was at a random Chipotle in like Glendale, California one time, and I was walking across the street and I saw a coyote almost get hit by a car, but the coyote at an instant moved so fast that it was unbelievable. It almost got hit by the car and it kind of just stopped time and said, I need to be not here. And it just zipped across the street. And I was just like, I've never seen it.
I've seen videos of them. Like, they're really fast. I've never seen one in person.
I've never seen an in-person animal move that fast. Like, I've seen animals move fast on TV. I've seen cheetahs fly on TV before.
Yeah.
But, like, that animal moves so quick that I was just in awe staring at it.
I
was just like, oh my goodness, that speed is remarkable.
I don't like raccoons because of the way they gallivant.
Fucking love.
I don't like how they can stand up and walk too.
I love. They have people hands, man.
They do have people hands, which is adorable and cute. But like they also like gallivant in like a really weird way. They skip.
Yeah,
like,
the little.
it's really off.
Rodents are weird.
I like
Rodents
it.
are weird in general. It's like I don't know if otters are rodents.
They're
exactly.
not rodents, are they? Are raccoons
absolutely
rodents?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else would you consider them?
What do they do? They're not canines.
Yeah, I guess they're not.
Fucking felines.
I never thought about it, but like I just don't.
I
I never looked at a raccoon and thought rat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I never thought like ferret.
But I think you kind of have to classify them as.
I guess
that.
they are
Yeah.
rodents.
So like I was watching.
Yeah, because I guess rats have like people hands too.
Yeah, they do.
Actually, now that I
That's
think about it.
I was watching an otter stood up and like said noises to its human like companion, and then walked away. And I was like, "What the fuck did I just see? What did I just see?"
He just confessed.
It did like a weird like fucking aquatic mammal sound, and then just fucking walked out the room. And I was like, "Did that thing just complain? Did it just complain? Did it find displeased in something and then reported it?"
My favorite video on the internet is that video of the guy throwing the raccoon down the stairs.
Oh, dude, he fucking.
There's this video of a raccoon like fucking with this guy's dog outside of his apartment or whatever.
Was he Aussie? I feel like Australians would do that.
It does seem like an Australian, like that guy who like sucker punched the kangaroo.
Dude, it was so fucking disrespectful.
That was so good.
It was so disrespectful. He didn't have to hit the kangaroo.
Kangaroos are like
Dude, that kangaroo was
they're-
fucking with his dog. Are you talking about that one?
Oh, was it fucking with his dog?
There was a kangaroo that was fucking with this dude's dog, and he came up and he socks the kangaroo in the face.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a kangaroo outside of a window, like outside of a door, and a guy yelled in to kick the door and shattered it. And I was just like, fuck. I was like, fuck, stop yelling at that thing. Now they have free range to your house. Now they can just come in your home. You know that, right?
Kangaroos are like they're kind of like they're like
They're a hybrid of human and rats.
how deer are to people outside of New York are how kangaroos are to like people outside of Australia. Like they're actually like I think Australians hate them. I'm pretty sure like they don't like them. Like they're constantly jumping in front of cars. They're constantly they have kicks that could like decimate a human.
They can like knock over cars if they just keep kicking.
They also have talons, which I didn't know.
Yeah,
they could fucking skewer you, which is okay.
And they punch people too. Like they're
what
over.
they punch?
Yeah, they're over.
They're buff, dude.
Yeah,
they're disgustingly
fucking
buff.
Jacked.
Like a kangaroo is more fit than I will ever be. Any given kangaroo.
A kangaroo is as fit as Joe. They're like that kind of level of like muscle.
Yeah,
just natural.
Like,
that's disgusting.
Like if they wanted to,
and they
birth
things, and
pouch them,
and then they just peel part of their stomach open and put them in there to finish growing because they birth too early.
Grow.
Marsupials are fucked.
Fucking dude.
I love
Australia is a fucking just a death trap.
No, it's a hellscape.
Australia is literally the idea of like, if there are too many humans on this planet, we need to clear Australia and just put the ones that don't equate over there. And if they survive and maybe a year, when we come to drop the next batch off, they're still there. You guys have earned your right to live in society. You guys are true warriors. you will be Earth's army.
Earth's army.
Call the Australians. Jesus Christ.
I like it.
There are bugs there that kill people. There are snakes there that kill people.
Yeah.
There is air there that kills people. There are rodents there that kill people.
They're what? Rodents?
I mean,
I thought you said rodists.
Are they rodents?
Or something for a second. I was like, what the fuck is that?
What's a
Every
rodist?
animal there is just everything there is built to
Designed
take
to kill.
over.
Yeah.
Take over. If Australia ever somehow shifted into the bottom of Asia, they would just infect it and it would take over. It's like a plague.
Well, there's a new fucking breed of mosquito that's here from South America now in Southern California.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is epic because it was like the only thing that I liked about SoCal was the fact that I didn't have to deal with mosquitoes. I didn't have to deal with fucking these dumb insects all the time. Gotta deal with roaches, whatever. I can deal with roaches and like spiders and shit. I don't like flying things that can steal my blood from me without my fucking permission. And now they're here.
Fucking
I mean, we have.
Sure, they'll probably die out
closer.
soon.
Closer to.
They're gonna die real soon. It's
closer to where I live in Orange County. We have a problem with them.
Yeah.
They like to come around. For a while, they were carrying this West Nile virus that would kill old people, and so that was kind of nice. And then, but I'm just glad that, and as somebody who enjoys like a burger every once in a while, there's a tick that's prevalent in the South and in the East. That if it bites you, it'll infect you with a virus or whatever that makes you sick when you eat red meat.
That's
so
fucked
you
up.
can't eat fucking meat anymore. You can't eat red meat. You can eat poultry.
I'll be fine.
Maybe that's where the vegans came from.
Maybe
They all got bit by this
and
tick.
fucking tick.
I like kale.
their bones like shift and crack into place. It's like somebody's like squeezing a plastic water bottle. It's like they're contorting on the ground. They're just looking for a kale shake.
It's like, hey Johnny, what's going on, man? You've been vibrating on the floor for a good half an hour now. You good? I want leafy greens.
Immediately they change all their usernames to like vegan something. Vegan warrior fucking 88.
It's like, oh my god, they descended.
they stand up. They stand up after they're done convulsing on the floor. I have to tell everyone about this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I don't know. The whole... I
don't like insects.
They're fucking awful. You remember did you have to deal with stink bugs?
Oh yeah,
in New York.
Bit. I killed one and I was so angry. I killed one in my room and I was like, fuck. My dog got up and left.
Yeah, because now it stinks in there because you killed it.
My dog was like, you may smell this, but I really smell this. I'm getting out of here.
They're the worst. Have you ever had to deal with those fucking things? I don't think they're over here. You guys are lucky that you don't got to deal with those.
Wildlife doesn't exist in this place.
I had an air conditioner. I had an air conditioner installed in my room, and I was like, oh, finally, because we had central air in my parents' house upstate, but it didn't reach my room. Because my room was like the last room in the house.
It was like the top corner.
It was like the top corner, yeah. So I got like an air conditioner, like just like a proper wall unit, put in the window, and I was like, yes, it's gonna be cold in here. I'm gonna make it snow in this bitch, right? I come home one day after, stink bugs inside, all over, like actually not exaggerating, hundreds.
What?
Just in my room, hundreds of fucking stink bugs just chilling in my room, and I was like, I am filled with contempt. I have never been so angry.
But yeah, how do you? I mean, I don't even know how to process. I don't even know how to go about that.
How do you think I was? I was like 13, like 14 maybe. I was like, all I know right now, I don't even know who I am yet. But I know I don't like this. I know that this is a situation that I want deeply to not be in.
I hated cicadas, dude.
Cicadas are cool though.
They bump into you. If one flies into you, it's like, you know when a bug crawls on you, like you notice like, oh, get that off me. But when a cicada touches you, you feel like a thumb. Like someone's thumb poked you, and you're like, what the fuck is that? There's no one here. There's no one near me. What is this? And you feel this rage. You feel like there are ghosts touching you, but it's not. It's just these big ass blunt bugs.
They're really huge.
They're thick. Yeah.
There's a fucking fly in here, and it's pissing me off.
They're little stocky boys, little stocky little bugs.
They're really huge. I just like the sound that they make because it like reminds me of like summer. They have like a summer sound. Like they're in the trees and they're like shaking, and it's like, ooh, this is cool. I like this.
I don't like insects. They're fucking.
But they also come out every like 17 years or something. Like they're like once in a while.
Oh, they're one of those. They like probably live underground most of their life. Yeah, bullshit.
Exactly.
And they emerge.
But so that's the thing. It's like cool when that happens though, because it's like, oh, it's like a little treat every now and then. It's like a They don't bite you or anything. They don't like fuck with you.
They just bump into you like fucking grown ass adults. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like you're in fucking downtown.
I'm saying it's better than stink bugs and mosquitoes who are constant.
Why are the worst bugs like? There's so many of them. Like think about it. Like there's bugs that people I think universally enjoy, like butterflies, dragonflies.
I don't like butterflies at all.
I love butterflies.
Who the fuck doesn't like butterflies?
They're just
what's the matter with you?
Because they trick people. They're just as ugly. They're just as disgusting as any other insect you'll find. But they have a nice little art thing on them. It's like an art student. It's like a hideous art student.
That's kind of the point of liking something. It looks nice, right?
No,
it's aesthetically pleasing. Your wings are
it's aesthetically
beautiful.
pleasing as long as it doesn't get close to you.
Even
it's
caterpillars
nice.
are kind of cute.
I like seeing butterflies at a reasonable distance, right?
Do
maybe a couple feet away.
Anything to you? Do they attack you?
They literally land on you and they leave. One butterfly landed on my hand. It was there for like a minute. And I was like, wow.
That or a fucking ladybug.
I just don't like that they lie. They're just liars.
You don't like ladybugs?
No, I'm just saying.
I don't like ladybugs.
I love ladybugs.
They're fucking nice, dude.
They're also pests. I had to deal with them all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, they show up.
That's true. They will eat all your shit too.
Yeah, it's
early spring. They'll show up and they'll move in.
The only bugs I like, the only insect I like, it's not even an insect. It's just a spider. Because they eat all the other ones. That's my justification for it.
No, I like some spiders. The ones that actually like to just chill in the corner.
Yeah. Not like those camel spiders that like scoop divots out of your face.
Yeah.
And like
I once had a fucking one.
Huh?
What?
You don't know about camel spiders?
No.
So camel spiders, they're an interesting breed, right? Because what they'll do is, this is like a desert type deal. Like my cousins had to deal with them in the military when they would camp out in like desert areas.
No.
They crawl on you. They're pretty big. They crawl on you, and what they do is almost like a vampire bat. How they like scoop the skin out. They don't like bite you and like suck blood. They like carve into you a little bit, and then a little like flesh bowl of blood fills up, and then they eat it. That's what the camel spider does. But its bite or its scoop, I should say. I don't even know how to describe it.
I guess.
Its scoop is like it's like anesthetic, so you can't feel it. So sometimes people wake up and their face is gone because a camel spider ate it. Isn't that beautiful? Those spiders I'm not a fan of, just to be clear.
I like house spiders. They don't.
They're fine.
Fuck with you. They won't even bite you. They'll get on you and they'll be like, "Oh, my bad. I must be here." And then wait.
Look,
like,
there's
later.
There's like certain spiders, like the daddy long legs, and they have such small fangs that they can't even bite people. So they're kind of chill. I always leave them alone. There's certain spiders. If a spider isn't chilling in a web, then I kill it immediately because they're gonna fucking bite you.
You stepped out of line, my
because
friend.
they got stuck. They got stuck. They got stuck in your fucking room or something that they don't want to be, and then they're gonna get hungry, and then they're just gonna try you. And that's what usually happens.
Yeah,
dude. I once had my my mattress out in a shed for a long time because I moved, and when I came back, this one spider hitched a ride from somewhere because they don't exist in California, at least. It was probably something that belongs in Australia because it was so big. 'Cause I kept seeing these bites on me, and they were fucking like very spaced apart. And I was like,
you could see your bone.
I was like, what the fuck is this? This is huge. And then one day, he just got brave and was on my wall. It's so big, you can see its eyes. I was just like,
nah.
I was like,
it's too big.
What is this?
I have to kill you. I'm sorry,
dude. It was the worst because I grabbed the fucking broom, and then just like Spider-Man, it sensed that I was paying attention to it, and then I was like, so then it went like before I got too close to it, it like did that like little Spidey sense thing, and then it fell. And I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna!" Like, it was the scariest thing because
I can't
it was like
beat
this fucking big, dude. It was this.
That's
big.
not okay.
And
that's pretty fucking big.
And then luckily, before it like did anything crazy, before it like web slang me or whatever, fucking
throw you out a fucking wall.
I fucking slapped the shit out of it, and it was so gross. When you see spiders die, but like seeing a big one, just seeing it all like coiled up like that, but like actually seeing it.
Yeah. So there comes a point
thing.
where where an insect is so big that I just kind of
it's a threat.
I don't want to kill this because I'm gonna hear it.
Yeah,
it's like it's not like a cat. Yeah. It's not like a cat where it's like, if you kill a cat, it's a horrifying experience.
I imagine.
Like that's not a good experience.
The sounds,
because it's a fucking mammal. It's gonna make noise. It has noticeable bones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A spider or an insect. It's like you squish it, it's done. But
pop.
like a big spider, you'll hear something. And it's like, ooh, I don't fuck it. You hear it's like legs like pounding against the ground a little bit.
You hear it like speak Nokian or something like that fucking angel speak, and then it's like, what the fuck? What did it say?
You hit it. You hit it, and it's
It is. I'm dying now. You've killed me, and you'll pay for this. My kind will come and find you.
Yo, if you guys played the first Dark Souls?
Of course.
Okay, so for some reason, and I wonder if this was on purpose or a joke or something, but if you pick a male character, there's a certain sound that he makes when you take damage. He goes, oh, and I'm like, what is that? Like that's not pain.
No, it's pleasure.
Somebody came up with a theory though and said that, well, you kind of have to be somewhat of a sadist or whatever to or I don't know if it's proper to say masochist or a sadist.
I think it's masochist.
Masochist would be.
I'm pretty sure masochist is the one who gets hurt.
Likes being hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, and that's kind of how the game is. It's all punishing. So like they start liking it and shit because it's the weirdest fucking thing. Like guys, if you hear this, go play it because there isn't anybody who isolated those clips online, which I thought it was weird. I thought I was gonna find other people talking about it, and I was like, I know I'm not crazy.
Me and my friend who spoke about it, we were like, this is just weird. Let's ignore it.
Yeah, that's what's happening. And I was like, no, someone needs to make a video about this shit because it's fucking interesting. Like it's literally moans. You'll never hear anything like that.
I haven't played enough Dark Souls to notice it.
Oh man, fucking just boot it up. And then just get fucking slapped around by like the first thing, and then you'll hear some nice, sweet fucking male moans.
He releases his pain.
Yeah, but the not the chick though. The girl, like it sounds like actual pain, like she's in pain. Like, which is weird because usually it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. Yeah, exactly.
So it's really interesting. Just an observation.
It's disgusting.
It is kind of the opposite in most cases. Like I remember when I was playing Tomb Raider.
Oh
and
yeah.
You'd, and I was like, there were a couple points where I was like, I gotta stop. I gotta take a quick break.
Why was it like?
Because it was just like, this is just setting stuff off in my head right now. I need to take care of business. But
Oh yeah.
but it's like it's very like obviously it's like this is not pain, or at least like some of them are obviously.
Yeah.
But then like other times it's like I don't know, man.
Dude,
That doesn't sound particularly.
You enjoy that.
Not that I'm particularly familiar with the sounds of women screaming in pain. That's not something that I have to deal with on a regular.
I've heard it before.
But I could imagine that it's probably not quite like this.
That's not what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot. Wow, how did I forget her name? The Cyclops's his broad Phoenix.
Yeah, Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. I was like, I forget her name. In the animated series, the X-Men animated series, she made sex sounds. Like she'd be like doing too much shit, and it's literally like, and I'm like, whoa. I was like,
4-year-old me be like, whoa, what's going on?
It's kind of nice. I totally understood like Wolverine fucking wanted that shit so badly.
It's like that scene in the beginning of The Lion King where that like I can't. Was it like a hyena or some like deer like looks up and he's like chewing grass?
That's my brain. That's my
That's
brain.
That's the first time you hear an orgasm and register it as something that you like to hear. Just like what's this?
The first time the sun starts to rise above the land and everybody takes notice.
A fucking crippled monkey walks up on like a pride rock, lifts up a
pussy. You're just like, what the?
I was gonna say like a laptop with like porn on it or something.
It's a picture of it.
Just a fucking printed out picture.
If I went through a phone, okay, guys, how weird would it be if you went through one of your friends' phones, right? And you just saw a straight up picture of a vagina. Like, that's it.
What, just a picture?
Just
Why are you
like-
sitting so far back, dude?
Because I'm laughing and I had to take a load off. But, like, you just going through your phone.
What, just like a, what do you mean? Like a picture sent?
Like, just a saved picture.
Saved
like
camera
saved-
roll vagina.
Like, saved, like, not like the outer part. Like the innies of just a vagina.
Why would anyone have that? That would be weird.
Exactly.
That would be odd.
Like, why did you get this from, dude?
Would you confront the person?
I would.
I wouldn't confront that. I'd be like, listen.
I would ask. I'd bring up in conversation one day. Like, you know what's weird, dude?
Having
Pictures of pussies, right?
So if he
That's
had,
strange.
so
right?
if he had it vice versa, like you guys, would you say something to Chris if he had a picture of his
I would just
pussy,
be like, yeah, for you, because of us, we would be like, what the fuck is this?
yeah.
Because like we live with each other, so we have to like, if there's something strange about one of us, we gotta tackle that instantly because we sleep around each other. So that shit is
That's
scary.
good
We
point.
gotta
That's a
like,
good point.
Yeah, we do sleep in the same dwelling space.
That's
so
a
you
very
gotta
good
hit
point.
that quick, fast, and hurry. Like, hey, this is strange. What's up with that? Explain that now. I don't want to drop my.
We'll go
guard
through it.
in
We'll go through it right now. We'll go through the pantomime. We'll improv this. Confront me. It's like you just found a pussy picture on my phone of the inside.
Okay,
I guess.
so he's hanging out. Like, hey, dude, what's up with this? You like pussies a lot, dude? I'm guessing.
Yes, I am a straight man. What are you talking about? What a weird thing to confront me about.
Well, dude, there's a picture of a fucking gaped pussy in your fucking.
I mean, I don't have to
phone.
explain myself to you.
I mean, you really don't, but that's some strange shit even for us. So, like,
I mean, hey, listen, I lock my door. What goes on behind this door is my business.
I mean, yeah, but like that's. I mean, do you like what the inside of pussies? They look kind of strange. I mean, I've seen them before. Like, they look kind of weird. You like, is that your thing, bro? Like, I'm not gonna make fun of you about it because I mean, like, hey, everybody's a person.
No, it's actually a picture that I saved specifically so it could mimic the settings for my lights.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna.
I have Wi-Fi lights, right?
Yeah,
and I can take a picture and I can take the color profile from that picture
you know what, bud?
and then use it to change the lights in my room. And I felt like having a particularly pink room.
You know what, dude?
Authentically pink.
Yeah, really authentic, actually. Fucking almost human. You know what? I'm gonna get out of here, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Get out. You're fired.
You're fired.
Bye.
That's pretty good. I believe
that would be the conversation for the most part.
That actually would be the conversation.
No, it'd probably be more like, what the dude, he fucking weird. It's kind of weird. More like us. I'm just insulting him for being different because that's what happens a lot.
That would be weird. It would be weird though if I saw that on somebody's phone.
Like, nah.
Yeah,
I feel like the inside.
pussy,
I feel like a gaped anything. Like the inside of anything.
Or like a prolapsing
that's a person.
That's on
Yeah, like if you had like pictures of like your throat, you know what I mean? Like, why do you have pictures of your throat?
It all looks the same, bro. Like I saw,
gross, right?
I saw this guy that got throat surgery for his vocal cords, and I was like, that looks like a pussy or something. It looks the same. It's pink, slimy,
I don't like this.
and
I don't like this.
It's not. Yeah, the
human insides all look kind of just like pussy.
Yeah, man, I fucking hope my parents don't know about this show.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I hope no one in my family is just like, what were you talking about?
Do your parents have Facebook or anything that I could?
No, they actually don't.
I keep my family away from what I really.
That's
am.
good, man. My mom is subscribed to me, and I hate it.
Oh no!
Oh, my parents watch my videos, which is really awkward because, like, especially for this last one, because I was like, for the last video, I was like, all right, it's gonna take a sexy Latin man with an enormous cock and a fantastic cock to figure this out. And I was just like, oh man, I forgot that my parents watch
this shit.
Mother and father, forgive me for I have overstepped my boundaries yet again. I beg for forgiveness.
I have overstepped my boundaries.
Guys, the video that the Twitter trash that we did, I guess my mom doesn't like understand my I guess I don't know, basic dark humor, and there was even like she asked me, and this was probably like a month ago.
This is one with us, me and Swing.
Yeah, the one we did. And she asked me probably about a month ago. She was like, I don't remember what I brought up, but she was like, "Yo, were you serious about wanting to kill yourself? You said you wanted to I forgot what I said, but there was probably multiple suicide jokes in there, I'm assuming."
Oh yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah, and I was just like, what? What the fuck? Like, is this something you've been holding on to? Because we filmed that a long time ago.
That was like a while.
That was a while ago.
So I was like, have you been holdling on to this shit? And like,
she just wanted to bring it up, but she's like, I don't know how to talk to my son about him wanting to end his life.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, no, I told her, I was like, Mom, honestly, like the biggest obstacle in my life right now, anything that's bothering me is that I can't stop eating fast food. Like, that's it. Like, I'm just a fat piece of shit, and that's it. I don't want to kill myself.
I don't want to kill myself, Mom. Like, I'm pretty sure.
I really do enjoy living, even in the those moments where you're like, oh man, this is fucking shitty. But then I'm like, how bad is it? Like, I got running water, I got phone.
Yeah,
I got
not like being stolen.
Like,
I don't have to worry about being taken somewhere against my will.
I'm not
getting building a fucking pyramid.
It's
like life could be worse.
Are people still building pyramids?
No, but like that happened. That happened to
yes,
people.
It did. Yes, it did.
They were kind of just being like primordial Jews, and then they had to build pyramids out of nowhere.
That's very true. That's very true.
That's pretty good.
Could you imagine someone describing a pyramid to you to build it, and you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?
You want me to build a 3D triangle?
You want me to build a triangle that has 4 sides? What the fuck? How does that work? How does that fucking work with rocks? How do I make the rocks smaller? And then that's it. Just fucking do it.
I don't. I would. It would be really unfortunate if my parents didn't understand dark humor. I think they get it. My dad helped me film the Bleach.
Your dad's sense of humor.
Oh, your dad filmed that shit?
My dad filmed some of it. Like the stuff that's in upstate in like the Walmart is my friend. Okay. But when I'm in the city, when I'm in Times Square, collapsing on the ground in front of SWAT cops, that's my dad behind the camera filming all of it. Oh, so he's like he gets it. He gets it particularly. I think I get most of my humor from him. My mom understands it. Is what she says. But she'll be like, I don't know why you have to joke about killing yourself so often. It's basically what it is. It's like so often. And it's like, I don't know. It's fucking whatever.
My family is super not capable of, like, my grandma's like super a biracial Christian Afro-Latina. And she does not get my comedy.
They ask me all the time not to stop cursing. Is what they do. They say, stop cursing. I'm like,
I don't curse in front of my grandmother. So, like, if she ever saw one of my videos about me threatening to kill you with a bare hands,
she'll
be like, Kingston, what happened? What did I do wrong? I gave you everything you needed.
They don't want to. They just don't want to admit that. Like, I got it from them.
I
it's fucking New York.
Yes,
Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I've heard my parents say such horrible things to people on the street or just about people, like at work or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
I've heard
And in the street, you hear all sorts of shit. At school, it was like a Christmas story. You know? You've ever seen a Christmas story? Those kids are fucking cursing up a storm. That is how things will be for the rest of time. Kids are if you have a fucking 7-year-old boy, a 7-year-old girl, and they're like, they're so precious. They go to school and they sound like Vietnam veterans in Queens. Like they will rub people the wrong way.
I remember the first time I learned how to articulately string together curses, and I felt like a fucking magician.
That was awesome.
I was like, I can't be stopped vocally. Verbally, I am a deity.
Oh yeah.
Like the first time I said "you stupid pussy," and the way that the PS popped off my lips, I was just like, this is just the best sound ever. This word brings me joy. I love calling people this.
You fucking puerile progerian pussy.
You fucking prolapsing puny pussy. Punch you in your fucking face.
That's a nice pop.
It's a good P. You got a good P. I can't do the P.
It's perfect.
Pussy. That's nice.
I can't
That's
do
really
it.
nice.
I can't. Pussy. Almost. I like follow it through.
You gotta have the lips, and then there's the.
I can't do it.
Now I want a girl to say something like that to me. Hey, you want this pussy?
Yeah, that would fuck me up.
Huh, baby?
I would just start laughing. I'm like, yo, that's so funny.
Speaking of that, how was I didn't watch it yet, but like I saw you did a Twitter trash with fucking Adam22.
Oh my god, it was interesting because I just went at his like podcast pace.
I didn't know you knew him.
Yeah,
Who's Adam? I just watched some of it. I didn't
he's
know.
he has the No Jumper podcast.
Oh wow!
Fucking pretty much discovered like all the SoundCloud rappers that are prevalent. So I don't know if that's a good thing, but
I don't know if that's a good thing.
But I don't know. I just at a certain point, I would just message people and just say, hey, or I enjoy their work. Let's do something sometime.
I'm too nervous to do that.
I
feel like people are like, they'll see my name and they'll be like, all right. That's my immediate assumption.
You?
No,
well, it's not because I am. It's just because like people fucking tangentially, like I was on that report, you know?
Oh,
dude,
you were on that too, right?
Dude, but that report failed so fucking hard because people. There were some progressives that were trying to take it to a level like we told you, Francesca Ramsey. This one very liberal show that I watched. They're like the Young Turks, but like better. They're not like. You know, they're not crazy.
Yeah.
And but they were like, "Oh, see, I told you." Like there was people that are trying to say shit like this, but then when you look into it, there was no basis behind any of it.
No, it was
and
ridiculous.
then so it just kind of felt like, "What do you mean you told anybody? You didn't fucking say anything."
They had a line between me and Richard Spencer.
Exactly.
And I was like, when the fuck?
Exactly.
That's not.
Richard Spencer is the guy who got punched, like that Nazi guy who got punched, or like.
He's like
do you remember that?
alt-right fuck.
Yeah. I don't know if he's actually a Nazi. I know he's definitely alt-right.
He's definitely alt-right.
But like
he's a white nationalist alt-right fuck.
But yeah, the line they drew a line between me and him. And I was like, we've never fucking collaborated. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't talk to that man. He scares me.
And here's the thing. A lot of people have told me. Here's the thing. Like a lot of people have told me, right? Oh, they didn't draw a line between you and him. You are just placed in between a line between him and somebody else. To which I say, then why not move my point? Because as the way you've put it out there, it looks like that line is drawn to me. So either way you slice it, it's irresponsible. Because if it's a line directly to me, it's fabricated, it's false. Yeah. And if it's a line that I'm just sitting on, then that's also just like negligence.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's insane.
It's complete horseshit. That was one of the most try-hard fucking autist things I've ever seen. Like it was apex autism. Like I've never seen it. It's impressive because I don't have the attention span to do something like that. To actually spin and cross all this shit that you know is bullshit, you have to really believe and be passionate in this stuff.
That's hilarious.
The type of things you see, like I said, like not even talking shit on an autistic person, but that's something that an autistic person could be capable of doing. You know what
I'm not saying the autistic person is, I'm not making fun of them, but like, by God, that's autistic.
It's like impressive. The amount of work that was put into that shit.
Jeez, Chris, if you're fucking alt-right, then I don't know what the fuck I am. I don't know what the fuck I am.
Dude,
I'm something else.
We're pretty. This is a pretty. I think this entire household is pretty liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty liberal.
I would say the most liberal is probably Jalen.
Yeah,
Jalen's
I would say that.
Liberal,
I would say that's pretty accurate.
But like, I mean, Joe's liberal because he's a default. He's a default skin. But like Joe's just like a guy.
Joe's just not political. He just he'll go with whatever.
I'm very liberal too, but I think Jalen takes it more for that.
I feel like, I mean, most people I know are they're liberal to a certain extent. Like there's I don't really have friends that are deeply conservative. Like I don't really have, especially living where I live.
I have friends that are conservative, but even though they're conservative, they still have very very liberal socially. And I'm like, dude, you don't make sense.
That's what I mean. Like it's like people will say they're fiscally conservative but socially liberal. That's the type of people I know. People like that.
That's the majority of the millennials. Like in general, we're just for the most part that.
You think so? Fiscally conservative? I don't think so. I think we're mostly fiscally mostly liberal.
I mean, well, I'm
to a certain extent. To
a certain extent, but I mean, like everybody has.
I think most conservatives are probably socially liberal.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a
what I
particularly
think.
huge jump.
There's only like
especially
people
now.
like I don't understand what's that, the Ben Shapiro. I don't understand how that guy is a rock star to a lot of conservatives because he's like a fucking neocon. Neocons are like the dinosaurs of conservatives. Everyone's like, fuck these.
He is a bit of a square,
dude.
It's very odd.
He's everything that like was like I'm like, oh, this everything that he says is completely like, oh, I am religious, therefore no gays, no trans, no this, no that. Like I saw a conversation between him and Dave Rubin, which Dave was fucking like disappointed, where he's like, dude, he's okay. So if I had a party like celebrating my marriage or whatever, like it's just a party. He's like, could you attend? And he's like, or would you attend? He's like, no. Like Dave was like, really? You wouldn't even attend just a party that's like symbolizing, like it's not the wedding, it's not that you just know, like if it has anything to do with gayness, I won't do it. And I'm like, that's your fucking friend, dude.
It is really like,
that's your friend.
It's super weird.
It's fucking bullshit.
It's so alien to me. It just seems, it's like, dude, what?
Like that's that old, like I said, that old neocon bullshit conservative. Like there's people that most conservatives I know, they don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, you're gay? Why would I care?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, especially there's a lot of conservatives nowadays, which I can respect, that are non-religious, because it's usually people who are like, oh, I'm conservative, so I have to be Christian. And I'm like, no, you don't. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't have to be anything. You just, you don't have to fit these molds. You know what I'm saying?
That was what it was. Like, very, very, very much so. Back
yeah, absolutely. Now there's people that are like, oh, no, I fit more with these core values, but I just never was introduced to religion, and it's fine. But this fucking yarmulke wearing motherfucker is just all like, oh, this hat is controlling my will and all of my thoughts. Oof. And I'm like, you are a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I just like, I get like, really,
I don't feel as strongly
I don't know
about Ben Shapiro. He just like seems to me as like I think he's smart in some circumstances, but really for the most part, I just don't really pay that much attention to him. But I did see that thing with Dave Rubin. I was like, what are you doing? That's such a weird opinion.
I don't know, that in particular like made me like really mad, because it's just like,
yeah,
like that, and even to Dave Rubin, like, dude, how could you be friends with somebody like that? Like that, like specifically who you are.
Yeah,
they don't like it. Like they don't respect you because you sleep with a guy. It's like, and it's because of that fucking hat on his head.
Yeah,
you know?
It's disgusting.
It's definitely odd. Like I don't think I could probably at most be like acquaintances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can pass by.
I couldn't call you a friend if you're just like not gonna come. Like,
yeah,
so
like
weird.
Wow, like that's fucking crazy.
Imagine if your gay friend wouldn't go to your wedding because like he's like, I'm sick of the straight agenda. You'd be like, what the fuck is this?
You're my psycho friend. Come there. You're
there. You're my friend. What do you mean it's a fucking wedding? Who cares if you're gay? There's probably another gay person there. Fuck them.
Yeah,
go fuck that person.
Yeah, like dude, just come here.
It's not about you.
Support me.
That's the thing too. It's like it's not about.
That's the best point right there. It's like it's totally like that, man. There's a lot of shit that I'm, especially when it comes to like, say I'm very much like, I can totally, I'm okay with you practicing a religion and everything like that. I'll never say anything to you unless we're having a conversation and you actively want to like hear my opinion.
Yeah, I'll
never go out of my way. But I'm like anti-religious. Like I'm like very a secular humanist in a sense that there's certain things like the rituals that are going on and like at a funeral really annoy me. Where like I want to pay respects to the dead, but there's a lot of stuff that's being said that sounds really like I don't really agree with. But I would never be like, oh, because I'm a fucking humanist, I can't go to your funeral. Like you say, if my friend somebody dies in their family, like, oh, like I would like you to be there. I'd be like, absolutely. Like, I'm going to support you. You're my fucking friend. Like, no, my morals or whatever the fuck I believe has nothing to do with that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like religion at all. I think it's probably one of the worst things ever.
religion
but it's
creepy.
It's creepy as fuck. And I'm not gonna. But I'm like you. I'm not gonna like. If somebody's like praying or whatever the fuck, I'm not gonna like.
I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna be an asshole about it. I have my own thoughts, and I'm like, if you want to hear them, I'll tell you. But like, I'm not.
Religion's so ingrained into my brain that even as I've like shied away from it, I still I was atheist for a bit of time, and I became agnostic because I believe there may be something more, and I can't particularly say there's not. You know, I can't
for sure.
I really can't.
That's the kind of misconception. Like, atheist doesn't say. There's no God.
No, you just don't believe that there needs to be.
You just don't believe.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I believe there may be more because I can't.
That's still technically.
It's what you would call like an agnostic atheist, but that's the most rational, literally the most rational position to take because of what we know in the known universe. Even like when it comes to something as a multiverse theory is extremely plausible, knowing of how many things are in the universe and how so it makes sense that there's possibly something out there. I don't fucking know. I wish I knew.
Yeah, and I don't know that. So like, even then, it's just like, but like, religion itself is like wonky. Like it's
putting it lightly.
It's very, it's like, I don't want to be disrespectful. But like, it seems very cultish.
I mean,
I would argue that it is
very like. I'm not gonna say it is. I don't want to make anyone offended.
Right.
But like, when you read the books about it that I read when I was like 12, and even at 12, I was like, I'm scared.
Yeah, yeah. I went to Catholic school. I went to Catholic school.
I went to Christian.
And I remember being even in Catholic school. I was like, what is this? What is this possible? Like,
you're making me sing so the Sky Dad doesn't send me to Fire Realm.
No, the type of shit that
it's super trippy.
I remember like certain there were certain things that really pushed me further and further away. I remember like all of them. One of them was the hearing the entire story of Moses and all that shit, and then how the story ends. Like, oh, they were freed, the slaves were freed, and then they wandered the desert for 40 years. And I was like, excuse me, like that's the end of the fucking story.
That's the Moses story, but yeah,
I was like, how is that better than what was going on before, where they had houses and shit? Like, how is wandering the dead? Like, no, literally, I was a kid, and I was like, why would God do that? That was kind of like my I didn't understand.
Yeah,
there's a lot of other things. Learning
about
that's
the questions that like you pretty much have constantly when you're in Catholic school. It's like, why would he do that?
Yeah,
for me,
and everybody's like, it's just how it is. It's like it's like God, plan or whatever, God's plan or whatever. And I'm like, this isn't a satisfying answer. For me, this is just poor. This is
a really bad plan.
For me, what set me off was like punish the descendants of Samson, and I was like, what? Why would God want that?
I don't know. It's fucking confusing.
Why? That was one man.
To me, the idea.
Not all of us.
Like, personally, I just think like, I don't. If there is something out there, I don't believe we know anything about it.
Yeah,
I don't believe that
we could possibly have any idea what the hell it is, if it's anything at all.
Yeah,
and I think the idea that like we have books about it and that it's accurate at all is baffling to me.
The idea that people think the Bible is accurate is mind-blowing. Like, if anything, the commandments themselves might be a direct line from the astral being that sits above us.
No, I just think it's... I don't know.
Because even in the text for that, like, that was given directly from the higher power to a man to create. And that's one thing. And I was like, all right, cool. If that's given to this dude, then he got that directly from the first... Like, it's first-hand information. From your hands to mine. But the Bible itself literally was written by a bunch of hands were involved in it. A lot.
No, actually,
of people. And modified.
It was assembled
immensely.
by like a committee.
Yeah,
for real. Like actually,
of Romans,
for real.
like that.
Is it Constantine or something?
Yeah, they built it.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, so
and it's like, I mean, there's some good values in there. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of the values in there help me become a better person.
Oh, sure. But you don't need that to learn that.
You don't need it to learn it. Yes, but that's where I did learn it.
Right.
So you can learn good things from it.
You definitely can. You definitely. There's like, I don't think there's denying that there's some good that comes out of religion, especially community.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's like something that I
had
totally
fun.
understand.
I had fun like hanging out with the kids that I would go to church with.
Yeah, there was that. I would go to these church retreats in in the mountain, which were pretty cool. Other than there was like this guy that literally looked like Ned Flanders, like the mustache and glasses and everything. And it was weird. I don't know if who came first, you know? Like, I don't know. But that guy was kind of weird because I would thought it was complete horseshit, but he would try to tell these stories. Back to back the years when I went, he would tell these stories of like, this was crazy. God spoke to me, and that's why I don't masturbate. It was like one of those things. It was like some crazy thing, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna jerk off tonight. Like, no way.
As soon as I go to bed, I'm gonna do it.
Like,
you can't
no
stop
way.
me. If God tells me not to do it, then I'll be like, hey, I'll chill out.
Like literally, like it shows up.
They say masturbating makes you go blind.
That was
which is fucked because I can't see. I cannot see.
You gotta slow down, man. You just
you gotta pace yourself, bro.
Keep it like
it's part of the routine.
One a day, you'll be all right.
One a day,
like a vitamin.
Like one a day is safe.
One a day.
Once you start overstepping that threshold, your site you'll pay the price.
One a day, or you'll pay.
You know what's insane? I remember I remember specifically one of the first times where I was like, I don't think I'm religious anymore. It was because I was playing Halo 2.
And you realize that these guys are maniacs.
No, because there's that whole story. The story in Halo 2 is literally about an alien finding out that his religion is wrong.
Yeah.
Literally. And I was like, what the fuck? This is nuts. That's why it's weird to me that a video game about shooting aliens was like I was playing it at a point in time where I was like, oh, wow, this is fucking actually, I'm getting something out of this.
I mean, that might have been
It's so crazy that's the main story of Halo 2. It's pretty much Arbiter's story of Halo 2. It's just like, oh, wow.
But I'm just talking more about just like the fact that video game kind of brought me to that.
I mean,
kind of
makes
or
sense.
Put
to
me on
man.
that path.
Some of the most things, like the way that I read, the way that I was able to read pretty well was through playing RPGs because there was so much fucking reading.
Yeah.
Like it's like those video games were like really important in that sense, and something that I'm not even really a fan of Harry Potter, but Harry Potter was the thing that kind of made me. I was like, okay, religion is so wacky that these books are coming out and people are freaking out and saying that they're tools for the devil and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
people said Pokemon was them. Like, there should have just
they
animals
do that for
with powers.
literally everything.
They're animals with powers.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, D&D. I play Dungeons and Dragons, and D&D, it gets like demonic at certain points where it's like, whoa, I'm fighting a actual demon.
But you think
that's trying to eat the earth?
But you think anyone was like converted? Like, oh, I love Satan now. Like he's pretty dope.
Yeah. Satan's pretty chill right now. I'm trying to fuck with that. I'm trying to get on that train right now. But I mean, like, it's just weird. Like, Pokemon for me, like, they're literal animals. How is a electric rat demonic? Look at him. There's nothing evil. Look at him. He's just a rat that can make electricity come out of him.
Has anybody made a list of the original Pokemon and instead of their names, like, just put like what they are? Like, put like electric rat and water turtle and
all of them. It's ridiculous.
What is it? Bush.
It's like shellfish.
What is
it's shellfish.
Bush frog?
Bush frog?
I don't know. What is
like,
Bulbasaur?
From I know Charmander's the lizard.
Yeah, he's
that's lizards, and it goes into flame lizard. Then it's like Squirtle's actually shellfish. No, he's turtle. He's turtle, and Blastoise is a shellfish.
He's What the fuck is Onyx?
Onyx is a rock snake.
Is that real?
Rock worm.
Is that
boulder worm?
He's a fucking sex toy. Onyx.
Oh my god, he's anal beads
yeah,
with a little knob at the top.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Oh, that's gross.
Well,
damn.
There you go.
I like that.
So,
dude, holy shit! Right?
What?
Are you? Sorry to interrupt. I just remember the fucking hot takes. We didn't look at them at all.
So we were gonna segue into some hot takes that were going to maybe hopefully spark an argument between the three of us here, or possibly. But all of these hot takes that you've given me are the worst ones I think I have ever seen.
Oh my god!
There is nothing wrong with incest.
Everything wrong with incest.
So that's one of them.
Okay, literally, let me do this from a bio standpoint. You have a certain amount of
you don't understand.
No. I have to.
You don't have to convince any of us.
You don't.
I have to speak on this because whoever said that, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Kyle Spillman.
Kyle, I hope somebody spills your brains. Okay? You're wrong. You're wrong.
That's not genuine, by the way. It's not a real death threat. We were just kidding around. Please don't demonetize
this. All jokes. Don't demonetize. We need money. But You have
I like it. We think that this is getting monetized at all.
Yeah.
This podcast is fucked.
Not. So what happens is in incest, okay, if you guys share the same genetic code, you can only get so many chromosomes. So what happens is if you gain one of them, your child will be missing some other ones because that person that you're fucking has the same ones. Good night.
You're very passionate about this,
I'm going to cut all that out.
Why?
Because it's unnecessary.
It's so
you don't
important.
need to explain
It's
to
so
people
important.
that incest is bad. We understand.
I was like, just that fuck. I mean, even that fuck, he's probably just a, I don't know. He
Be trolls in front of a bridge.
It's just all standard shit. Like Nickelback isn't that bad.
They're
not that bad.
They're not that bad.
They're not as bad as Imagine Dragons.
No, Imagine Dragons is like even. I think I was watching BoJack Horseman. They even brought that up. And Imagine Dragons, it's like it's the worst. It is unanimously.
They hate it. People just hate Imagine.
I don't even understand. Like I don't what even like it's so boring. Like I don't even know what you do at a concert. Like what do you even do?
I don't even hate it, but I just like damn. People really hate it. It's like,
I just don't understand the appeal. Like when I hear it, it doesn't make me feel anything. And I think that's where you absolutely fail. If I feel nothing,
not even rage.
Yeah, that's like, you
I don't want
fail.
this on.
Because that's the point. The point of music is to feel emotion, and I feel nothing. Mm-hmm. They're just fucking. I don't get it.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And what makes it worse is that the singer of that band is either married to or dating the singer of another band that I actually used to like. And ever since they started dating, they started to sound like Imagine Dragons. Yeah. It's pretty. What is that fucking? It's Roblox, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick
fuck. I'm a dick suck. I like a dick suck. I'm a dick suck.
I'm a dick suck.
I like a dick suck. I'm so happy you said that because I forgot about it a little bit. Now it's back. I was saying that for weeks.
I'm a dick suck.
The state of memes right now is fucked. All I see is like moths and lamps and Lil Pump. It's literally all I'm seeing.
Oh my god.
Do you have a lamp?
That
Get
fucking moth shit. That was one of the memes that I just didn't. I saw one that made me laugh. One, literally, and I wasn't even exaggerating. People were like, "You're fucking bullshit," and I was like, "No, I saw the one because Aladdin. I love Aladdin, right?"
Oh, and
he's like, "Yeah, throw me the lamp," and I was like, "See, that's funny."
There was one that was pretty good. That was like, it was like the Little Pump thing, where it was like, "You're such a fucking lamp." I love it, and it was like properly edited, and it was like a light bulb like. Chroma keyed onto that chick's face.
Oh, was there?
I was like, that was pretty funny.
All right,
that was edited.
Spice it up, okay.
Yeah,
the one I like where like he was like a guy was in a car. It was like a picture of a fucking moth in a car, and it's like, "Do you have a lamp?" Like, I'm sorry, we're out of lamp today. Do you have chili lamp? And it's like, yeah, we got chili lamp right now. And I was like, that's pretty funny.
That pissed me off. That just pissed me off. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end, I guess, on that horrendous note.
Do you have
fucking
lamp?
Moth memes. Everything's done. Everything's over with. Fuck. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to the podcast. Thank you guys for stopping by to actually help or be on it. I appreciate Derek SomeBlackGuy.
Yeah.
For taking the trip because it is kind of a bitch.
Yeah, you don't live that close.
Yeah. It's all right. It's good to be here, guys. You guys are all right.
I think we had a fun one. This is a pretty good one.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
All right.
Good night and farewell.